Bring your lawn chair and blankies. A free concert, but VIP seating pods are available for purchase. Enjoy live music, on-site bars, food, and more. It's John Tesh live in 8 days. Saturday, December 10th at 7 p.m. at Carlin Park in Jupiter. Park gates open at 6 p.m. John Tesh live in concert. Part of the Carlin Park After Dark Concert Series. Brought to you by Palm Beach County Parks and Recreation Department, Robes Law Group, Sloman's 1-800-ALARM-ME, Brayman BMW Jupiter, and the Hamilton Piano Company. For more info, visit TrueOldiesFLA.com. The greatest hits of all time. All time. The True Oldies Channel. 95.3 and 96.9. South Florida's Good Time Oldies is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
The greatest hits of all time. All time. The True Oldies Channel. 95.3 and 96.9.
This program is furnished by amp2tv.square.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Yeah, welcome to the 6th Borough radio show, brought to you by Power Up Radio. Joe and Denise here to talk all about Florida's do's and don'ts that take place every day in the streets of New York. So get ready to ride the A train. Next stop, Boca Raton. So what do you say we get the show started?
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another week of the 6th Borough with Denise and
Joe Rubo. Welcome, everyone.
And
After 2 weeks, we are live at our new studio in Boca Raton. Good to be back. Nice week off.
Yep.
Great Thanksgiving. How was yours?
My Thanksgiving was very, very nice. It was a small get-together, but the food was outstanding. I must say that my turkey is one of the best turkeys ever made, and I've been argued about that many times, but it was amazing. Not overstuffed. I ate just enough. I didn't overdo it. It was perfect.
Yeah, ours was a small thing. Well, in an Italian family, it's never a small Thanksgiving, but it was just the immediate family, which means about 30, 40 people. And it was great. You know, the whole family was together. We haven't been together, all of us, for a while, so it was really nice.
You know, it's nice to have a big get-together.
Yes.
But it's actually really nice when you've had a Thanksgiving that's smaller. It's more intimate.
It was smaller. It starts small, but then everybody just starts coming. You know?
They start trickling in.
It's an open door. Same thing with Christmas Eve. It's an open door. People just come by. They know that they're not going to get better food anywhere than at the Rubo house. So they come by, they eat.
I mean, who made your turkey?
My sister made the turkey.
How many pounds?
I think it was 23.
And we had about 23 pounds.
Yeah.
Too.
We had ham. For the first time since I can remember, we didn't have lasagna or pasta this Thanksgiving.
Oh, that meant that you were able to eat more turkey then.
We broke tradition.
You broke tradition.
And the Cowboys won. Yeah.
Well, I will say, as tradition runs in my family, I
your
would
coffee.
I would say that the tradition for me is
Salute
to watch
your coffee.
Salute. Everyone, happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. From
Chindan.
ours truly back to you. I want to share with you that by tradition, I did watch the Thanksgiving Day Parade, which, of course, in New York City, is one of the biggest events.
Turnouts this year too, right?
Yes, one of the biggest turnouts.
We good? Mm-hmm. All right.
And that tree that they had that was lit this week,
Yes.
the Rockefeller Center.
The tree we have in here looks like a mini Rockefeller
I'm
Center.
telling you.
How'd they get that thing in here?
I don't know, but it's pretty darn big.
Has Freddie been growing it in here all year? What's the size of that thing?
I walked right by it.
Oh, God.
It's much bigger than that. But I want to let you know that this 84-foot tree actually has a lot of story behind it.
Yeah.
But it's the largest one that they've had so far.
This one?
Yes, this tree.
And where'd they get it from?
I
got you.
I don't know exactly, but I do know that it's not the original one that
They got
they
it
wanted.
from Washington State or something, right?
Well, actually, there was one that they were supposed to get, but apparently it got chopped down or something to that
wow.
degree. And the person that selects the tree was actually eyeing down another tree that was kind of like in the back city drop of the country town city that they would get their tree from.
Right.
And the bottom line is that they actually had to get a hold of the owner of that property and ask them if they could chop this 84-foot I don't know, Douglas fir or whatever
Yeah.
kind of fir tree it was, and it was donated. The owners of the property donated the tree, and that's
So
the one
you
that
can probably see their house now.
I know they're not getting any more shade. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they actually donated the tree, and it was actually a beautiful one. And I think they were celebrating their 100th show. Was it? It was 52nd show, I think it was. Anyway, it was a great show.
I missed it.
No, actually, this is one of my favorite things to do. And,
Yeah.
you know, living here in the 6th borough, which is South Florida, one of the things that it's very much so we miss is those kind of events.
Yeah. There's nothing
something-
like Christmas up north.
Nothing like it.
Yeah.
You know, the shopping and the experience and nostalgia, watching Santa Claus come down on Thanksgiving Day Parade,
Yeah.
the Macy's Day Parade, and that's just speaking of.
Santa Claus. No, you just read my mind. I was going to say I miss everything but the cold.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks we're going to have our Christmas special.
We are going to have a Christmas
We're
special.
going to have a special guest, Goomba Santa.
Goomba Santa. And
Goomba.
Mrs. Goomba Santa's coming, too.
And he's going to bring some helpers. It's going to be quite a show.
Yes, it
You
is.
ain't going to want to miss that one.
No, especially the topics we're going to cover. You're not going to want to miss that show.
Yeah. That's
So
in
make
2
sure
weeks.
no, we'll have next week, and so,
So 2
actually,
weeks
in
from
2
today,
weeks
yeah.
from now. Yes,
Oh,
there's going to be 2 weeks.
we'll
It's going to be a
tell you plenty
celebration.
more. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. But we have to tell everyone we do have Kenny with us, of course.
Of course.
Kenny has been joining us every
Yeah.
week. Thank you
He's-
once again.
He's the
part of the
what you
family
would call
now, that's it.
He's the Ed McMahon of the show.
Yes,
Yeah, but
exactly.
where's his cup? He
The Ed
carries the
McMahon
cup
of the
everywhere.
show.
Ed McMahon or what's
When I was driving here, I looked in my seat and I go, oh, I forgot my mug.
so you don't have it?
Product placement right there. Well, yeah, there's
We
usually
probably got
one
50
here.
of them over here somewhere.
They're around here. There's a few of them that come around here, yeah. And
The
and
first
what
time
gonna
I'm not
do-
drinking out of a Kenny mug.
Huh? Yeah.
Well, I got some great news.
Yes, you
Very
do.
happy
But
news.
before you do that, we
Go
have
ahead.
to tell everyone whose voice they've been listening. We know it's Kenny. They
yeah.
know it's us, and they know it's you. So we have with us.
We see him too. There he is.
He's live with us,
guy.
Matt Florio. He's our special guest this evening. So he will be doing his ad lib and joining in and his comedic work and share with all the great stuff that he's working on and an event that's going on tomorrow that we're going to be participating in.
Yes.
So Matt, welcome.
It's awesome to be here, man. Thank you so much for having me. You know,
Matt-
you mentioned the cold weather. I always said, because I lived in New Jersey for like 8 years, and I always said that, the warm weather doesn't make you do chores. The cold weather, you gotta rake the leaves, you gotta clean the gutters, and you gotta throw snowballs at annoying kids, and I mean it's very demanding.
Yeah.
It's a very busy job to live up
Yes.
there.
Especially the snowballs part.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So going back to what we were saying, though,
I forgot.
well, we had a very special announcement. Which was
Oh,
the Christmas.
yes.
But
yes.
I know that you have a special announcement.
Yes, my daughter Nicole, my first child, got engaged the night before Thanksgiving.
And congratulations,
Yes.
to
Congratulations,
you and to
Nicole.
Nicole.
There she
is. It's a big event in our family. It's been a long awaiting, and it was a real special way that it all went down.
Yeah, yes. Great guy, Stratus, my son-in-law. Look at them. What a beautiful couple.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very happy.
He took me out Tuesday night to dinner, and he asked my permission to marry my daughter. Real old school, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
And we went to this place in Boca, season 52, and he's like all nervous. I go, well, relax. I know why we're here. You know, you don't have to be nervous. He goes, well, and he's looking at his watch, and he's like, what's the matter? He goes, I'm waiting for the jeweler to bring the ring. He's finishing the ring. I go, what are you bringing the ring for? You're not marrying me. He goes,
Joe got worried a minute there.
He goes,
He wants you to prove the ring too.
he goes, I want to show you that I'm for real, and you know the ring, and all of a sudden he gets up and he walks out, and I go, where are you going? He goes, the guy's here, and he comes running in with the shopping bag. He opens it up, sitting at the table. I go, whoa, wait a minute! It looks like you're proposing to me over here. Calm down. So everybody's looking, and I'm like, no, he just asked permission to marry my daughter, and everybody's like clapping. It was very nice.
You know, I don't even know if that still happens today.
No,
You're
I
probably
was
very fortunate.
That's why I love the kid. He's old school.
I mean, that is really a very traditional way
Yeah.
for families, or I should say parents, to find out, especially the father.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things that I think should continue. I'm sure in certain cultures they still do it.
And then the next night is when he proposed to her down by the beach, and he told everybody to come. So I get down there, and everybody from my family's there. And I'm like, where the hell are we going to all hide? So we're all sitting there in the dark. Even my mom, God bless her, we were sitting there in the dark, and he goes and proposes to her, and we all jump out. It was really cool.
Wow.
It was cool.
It was a special thing, I'm very
Yeah.
sure. You know, we'd like to hear from you. You could always be a part of our show. And how do you do that? You will dial into 888-565-1470. We want to hear from you. If you've actually had that experience where someone has come to you to ask for a hand in marriage, let's hear about it. But on top of that, we
What
want
about
to hear
you?
how
Tell us
your
about
Thanksgiving.
yours.
How I got engaged?
How you got
engaged? I don't remember. It was so long ago. I don't remember. So it must have been a certain non-event. Wait a minute. Wait. It was a non-event, I'm sure, because here I am, you know, not married. But I really don't remember. My gosh, I don't
remember.
You remember when I got engaged?
No, when my first wife, my kid's mother, we were on a plane coming here. We were coming to move here. We were coming here to pick out our place to live and everything. And I told the people on the plane I'm going to propose to her.
Oh, that's
blah,
so
blah, blah.
cute.
And she was sleeping. She wouldn't wake up. They go, we're almost about to land. And I go, should I wake? They go, yeah, if you're going to do it, wake her up. And they didn't have champagne, so they gave us some wine, but it was nice. I woke her up. She was all grumpy. I said, and then I got on my knee, and the plane went crazy.
Oh, the
engagement was a lot.
so romantic.
The engagement was a lot more romantic than the marriage. Put it that way.
Well, it would have been crazy if, like, you got down on a knee in an aisle and they're like, sir, you need to put your seatbelt on.
No, they were all for it. They said to hurry up and do it because they were going to be landing soon.
Oh, okay.
But it was.
I bet you that happens a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
That was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
For me, it was 30 years ago too.
Ming.
Yeah.
Imagine hitting turbulence at that moment. You're rolling down.
Yeah.
I know, tumble down.
My next engagement is going to be a special one.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not
As soon
thinking
as we
that far.
start traveling to Mars,
No, but we have
There
a
it
comment
is.
from Tommy Harden who's trying to
trying to
forget his. Like I said, you could actually also see us on Facebook Live, and you can put your commentary there, and we will actually read it out. But you can also see us live through our website, which is www.powerupradiotv.com, and you can see the names to the faces as you're listening to us, or just for that matter, the bloopers, the gestures, everything that's going on here at the same time.
and tell us what you think of the new studio. I love it. I really feel at home here.
This new studio is dope, as
Yeah.
they would say. It's got color, it's got space, it's awesome.
It's got this feel to it, like when you live up north, you got that cool basement.
That basement?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
That's
It
what
feels
it's
like a cool basement.
Like you could always go to the basement, spin your records, play your drums, do your thing.
Yeah, because nobody will
Spin
hear
the
you.
records.
Yeah,
That's more than 30 years ago.
that's right. And now it's like,
Joe, you just dated yourself.
That's
How's
all
it
right.
go? You're
Listen,
scratching?
there's nothing
Are you
wrong with putting on a
scratching?
45.
no, the
Nothing
big
wrong with it.
Kelvin.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, I would have to say this is probably a venue that if you haven't, you know what, we forgot to say this too.
What?
If you are a small business owner, you are welcome to stop by the studio
Anytime.
here. Anytime, and we will be happy to give you a shout out, and you can visit us here, but we in the studio I think they can hold up to near 50 people in here.
Easily.
So if you want to be holding a networking event and go live with us, go ahead and dial in. You can actually go to our website, www.powerupradiotv.com, and communicate with us. And if you want to have an event and be on air with us, let's talk. Let's talk it all.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely.
Let's do
That
it.
should be
I
entertaining.
have to say that there is a couple of things that we need to talk about, though.
I'm
We
ready.
always like to cover a couple events that took place from the week before.
Yes. Wait a minute. What about the flowers?
Oh.
Look
So
at the
about 30
flowers.
years
I
ago.
thought she was giving me flowers.
About 30 years ago. No.
They just got here.
Yeah, exactly. They just got here. Oh, I love that. They just arrived. A little too late. There's a show prior to our show, and it's called The Love Show. I think that's the name of it.
Yes.
And the gentleman the host of that show came up to me and gave me flowers that they had left over. And I actually was stunned because the last time I received flowers was about 9-10 years ago. And I just, look
didn't
at
know that.
I was shocked.
You haven't received flowers that long?
No.
If I would have known,
No.
I drove right by the cemetery. I would have picked up some and came
They
back.
got some, man.
That are from the dirt outside. No, I was actually very touched by that.
That is
I
nice.
really,
Very
it was
nice.
that made my day. Flowers are just always special.
He's the guy who dresses like Elvis.
Love Elvis.
Love Elvis. All right.
Elvis Love.
That's
something
it.
like that. Yeah.
Nice guy.
He's
I've
a very
I've
nice
spoke to
guy.
him before. Very good guy.
He's all about the love.
Elvis Love.
But so going on for this week, once
Right.
again, I want to let you know. We always have to open up with some trending topics.
Let's do it.
And I thought this was crazy. That we actually had in the last week, the world's largest active volcano in Hawaii
I saw that.
actually erupted.
Yes.
And it was called the Mauna Loa.
Mahua?
Yeah.
It's the little
It is the
cartoon girl.
Mauna Loa, and it was a volcano eruption. It was actually the first time in nearly 40 years, which also caused a neighboring volcano to erupt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 84 or something like that the last time it erupted. Or
That's
something.
right,
was this?
1984.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Where was
That
it?
wasn't 40
Hawaii.
years ago.
Hawaii. Yeah.
When somebody says
Nope,
1982,
not living
84,
near a
40 years ago,
volcano.
I'm like, wait,
Not
that's
doing
20
it.
years ago.
No, well, I tell you that it was interesting how it was a twofer. Both volcanoes went into action, and both have together been actually in Generation X. This is our generation. That this is when the last time the volcanoes actually erupted. But I didn't know this. This is just like a fact moment that volcanoes in Hawaii are considered sacred events.
Yes.
Even though it'll decimate everything, it's still
No,
a
it's
sacred
the
event.
gods coming to life.
Yes,
Oh,
it
wow.
is.
Or the gods blessing them.
Yep.
Let's burn everything.
Burn everything.
So
Start
although
over.
it's a sacred event, it's actually a very major local air quality issue.
Yeah.
So between, of course, the smog, the ashes, the volcanic glass, never knew such a thing existed. Or maybe I did, I'm not
I've never
sure.
been to Hawaii.
I haven't either, but I remember studying volcanoes in school, and then it creates a lot of health issues. And by the way, it causes all flights to be disrupted.
Does it?
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
it does. Yep.
Smog.
The smog,
yeah.
that you can't see through things, I don't
Makes
know,
sense.
but
The last time there was a major eruption from some other one, the ashes were
We got 'em
actually
here.
on the cars here.
I remember
in
that,
Florida. Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
that was recently. It wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, I don't- you
From
know,
Hawaii?
I don't know
I
where
don't know
it was
where
from,
it was from, but I
the ashes
remember
were here, and
I remember what he was talking about. Everybody, we had soot all over the
Yeah.
cars and stuff.
and it was like,
Well-
wow, to think that it traveled that far.
That's crazy.
Ladies and
no,
gentlemen,
no.
I-
That's when they were the fires.
Yes,
Was it the
you're talking
fires?
about the ashes from the
Yeah.
fires out in the
I'm a-
Everglades.
I'm a-
No, no, it wasn't.
It was no volcanic.
All right, look
no,
it
no,
up.
no, no,
Look
no.
it up.
Hawaii's
Let's have the
ashes
operation
came to
board look
Florida.
that
I
up.
don't know where it was at.
That's a big wave.
No, he's actually referring to the ashes
Sure
that come
wasn't
from
it
the
one of theme
Everglades.
parks or something?
Who knows what I was drinking that day?
Well,
Happy
there you have it,
Hires,
folks.
You know?
Make sure you're not listening to us on that note. But
And I'm agreeing with him. I remember
and he's agreeing.
because I do remember that. Then I said, "Oh, it's from the fire."
Something hot caused ash on our car.
Wait, you know what? We mentioned the tree lighting before, but the White House also has their tree lighting.
They
And
had the tree delivered too, right?
Yes, they did, and
Yeah.
it's the 100th year
Wow.
for them for that tree lighting, and the first time was back in
100
1923.
President's birthday too is 100.
Yep, that's
How
right.
big is their tree?
What's that?
How big is their tree?
It's big.
Yeah.
Is it bigger than
I don't know how
Not
long.
Rockefeller Center, I think,
Rockefeller
though, right?
Center.
That's
I don't
the
think,
biggest.
oh, I'm sorry. Here it is. It actually, well, it started out in 1933 as a simple little 20-foot tree, and it has actually grown to about 85 feet
So
again.
it is that big.
Yeah, it's a big tree.
Okay.
That's as big as Rockefeller's, isn't it?
Yep, yep. So anyway, that is there you have it. The
Where
lighting.
in Chicago do they have the Christmas? Downtown Chicago?
It's in downtown, yeah. I mean, right now, downtown's
Is that where
dangerous
they-
to go
is that
walking
where you
around at
turn
night.
The river green too.
That's
St.
during the
Patty's Day?
St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, they
Oh, wow.
fill it with green food coloring. And
Doesn't kill a
whole
fish?
river. You know, I always wondered that.
No, it's food coloring. It's
so-
friendly.
But it's got to do something. It's a
So
chemical.
here
Well, as
we
long
went
as it's
from
red,
Christmas
right?
to
The
St.
red
Patrick's
dye's
Day. We're not there yet.
It's the purple dye.
Is it the red dye that's bad for you?
I don't know.
I don't know, but we'll have the board look it up for us.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Well,
Somebody tell
anyway,
us.
we have a lot to talk about, and we actually want to start doing a lot of discussions are wrapped around the things of our upcoming events that we have. We have with us, though, the guest of our show. We're going to open up with him, and I want to actually give you the lowdown on Matt Florio, so everyone
no.
just
Let's hear the
listen.
lowdown.
The lowdown on Matt Florio.
Get the government name out and everything.
Get the government name out.
Florio, is that Italian?
It is.
I knew I liked it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone who's listening, hopefully again, you can actually participate with us. Your show is our show. Our show is your show.
Where's the call thing today?
I don't know where the call thing is, but
Where's the call
we
board?
have Matt Florio, who's an award-winning filmmaker and actor born and raised in South Florida. After graduating from FSU, I don't know how you managed to do that.
Say it like that.
Oh.
Knowles, baby.
With a business degree, Matt worked as a marketing executive alongside multiple CEOs before eventually pursuing a career in comedy. There you have it. And there's some really great stuff in movies that you've been in, but outside of that, you also are director, producer, and filmmaker.
Yeah. I graduated FSU. I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. All I did was go to football games and drink beer. And then when I got out, I was working for CEOs of these startup companies, kind of learning what not to do, right? Because these guys were just, they're out there. But I just got so bored sitting at a desk. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. So I started kind of venting through my pen, and through a mutual friend, another friend of mine, he studied film in London, and we ended up meeting, and I showed him some of my ideas, and he said they were great. I said, well, let's write a script. I wrote one, and then that was it.
So is that what you call venting with my pen?
Yeah, well,
What is
yeah.
that? Is that
Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
writer's
Well, it was just
saying?
like, everything
I've never heard that
happens to
before.
you.
I like it, though, letting it all
Everything
out through the pen.
kind of happens to you, right? And every single day, there's something that happens to you that somebody says, man, why me? Why did I go through this? But if you could find the humor in it,
Right.
I was able to turn it into scripts and scripts and scripts. So it became like, I don't want to say an addiction, but it became a serious passion that, honestly, the day that I discovered writing, I have never used the word bored ever again. Ever
Wow.
again. I do not use the word bored. As long as I have a phone or a pen and paper, I can come up with ideas. I mean, I was in the hospital.
Oh, man.
I
This
was
poor guy.
I almost died of COVID. I was in the hospital. I was on the ICU for a month.
Wow.
And I wrote a TV show in iPhone notes while I was laying in bed. Like, I can't turn it off. I can't
Wow.
turn off the brain. But
I did a skit cooking, and it wasn't a very nice show. I was very angry during the cooking skit. But that's amazing.
But
that-
yeah, I did. So I quit my job. I decided to move up to New York. I had family. My whole family comes originally from New Jersey. So I went up there. I started doing sketch comedy, improv, stand-up, anything to meet comedians, because everything I write is comedy. After a while, I got tired of just pitching scripts and nobody reading them, that I said, okay, I had an overnight job working at a heating company, and I said, okay, I'm going to write 8 short films, and I'm going to shoot all 8 over the next 2 years. And I'm going to fund it myself. I never made a movie. I never did anything. I ended up shooting 9.
Hey, time out right there.
Yeah.
Talk about taking a risk.
Yeah.
And I got to go back for a second. Here we are at FSU. The fact that you got out of FSU and made it out was a miracle.
Gators, Canes, it's one of those
It's just
two
a
that she's
miracle.
giving me the business.
I mean,
Which
actually,
one?
FSU is a great school, but it's also a party school.
It is.
Yes.
It
so
is.
kudos for graduating, but a great school to have
Yeah,
attended.
it wasn't easy getting out.
But did you know you had this gift of comedy?
No,
writing?
well, I
Or
was
was it just
the funny
drinking?
guy amongst my friends, but like, to me, everybody is. And I know Joe, coming from an Italian family, he knows every uncle you have is funny in their own right. Every aunt you have is funny in their own right. So I never thought anything. I mean, my grandfather, my dad, everybody's funny to me. So I never thought anything differently. But just, I don't know. I was always able to do stories. Like, it's sad to say, kids, do not take me for example, but I've never read a book in my life. Because when you do book reports when you're a kid, so they used to send there, I'd pick out the one that had the most dust on it, and I'd look at the picture, and I'd write my own story based on what I thought of the picture.
He was winning.
And I was winning creative writing awards when I was a kid, but I never read the books. I'm just an observational guy, like a Seinfeld kind of Larry David type guy.
I could see that.
And I don't green eggs and ham. You gave me green eggs and ham. I'm like, just eat the damn thing. Just try it. If you might like it. And then I get to the book. Oh, you tried it. Okay. Like, so you can kind of figure out the stories, right?
Wow.
So,
that is very interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever written a book, Joe?
Have I ever written?
Or I should say read a book, or like...
I read a lot of books, had a lot of time to read.
Well, as a kid, I mean, I know a lot of...
I've always loved reading. Yeah. And one of the book reports, I used to go in the library back then and try to find the ones with the recording with it. So I didn't have to.
What were the ones that they had stories and you could choose A or B and it changed the direction of the story? Do you remember those?
No, we're old.
Yeah,
I just remember back in the.
We didn't have that.
Well, I'm not too young either. Trust me, I'm older than you.
The little cassettes.
Yeah, they had that.
That you could listen to.
I remember the cassettes. Yeah. We are dating ourselves here. We did have cassettes, but we didn't have the cassette that was able to allow us to go in a different direction. It is what it was. They were dying, and nobody was changing that. Yeah.
Well, the funniest was it did catch up to me because my senior year of high school, I had just gotten accepted by FSU, and I had to do a report on Hamlet. And by this time, I got really savvy, and I noticed that the library actually had movies. So I got the Mel Gibson movie, Hamlet, and I wrote the report on that. And apparently, there's a big difference between the book and the movie.
There always is.
And typically there is.
And she was like, if you don't get an A on the final, you don't graduate high school. So now I'm like, oh my God, I just got into college. Like, what's going to happen to me? And that was the most stressed I ever was in my life. But she put me, sometimes when your back's against the wall, you step up, and that was
come through.
You come through. A lot of great little examples of not knowing what your talent was. It's never too late to discover your talent.
Yeah.
And by accident, you realize that you had this gift of writing, and it's particularly wrapped around comedy.
Yeah. Well, I think, I mean, I'd rather make somebody laugh than cry. But to me, growing up, I was always a savant when it came to sitcoms and comedy movies. Anything that was involved sitcoms and comedy movies, I don't know. It takes you away from your problems when you put your favorite comedy on for 2 hours. You forget about everything.
It is true.
Yep. So to be able to do that, I always said, this is probably dating all of us, but I always said that I always wanted to be walking in a Blockbuster and hear two people talking, going, dude, we should rent this movie. It's hilarious. Just to hear
because
them
it's your
talking
movie
about it would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
The big question is, have you seen Joe's movie?
The American Virgin? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. When I was a kid. When I was a kid.
That was kind of cool though, going to Blockbuster and seeing it up there.
Oh, it was the best. Yeah. There was just no feeling Tarantino doesn't talking about the streaming and stuff, because people's attention spans are now if you're not interested in the first minute of the movie, you're turning it off and you're turning something else on. Yeah. Whereas when you used to buy a movie or rent a movie and you committed to that movie.
Yeah, you watched the whole thing, right?
Yeah. But there was no better feeling of the movie is behind the box and you're like, oh, we got it. Yeah. Or you're hanging by the drop off going what are you doing there, buddy?
Right.
Let's keep watching it. Maybe it'll get better.
Or if you didn't watch it, you're too bad because you had to return it because of the late fee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they killed you on the late fees.
Oh, those late fees.
Oh, my God.
I still think people are paying on that stuff. I'm sure there are people still having to pay on those late fees.
Still collection
Isn't it weird
agencies
how
doing
kids today don't know about that?
No. You had to rewind it or you got charged double what the movie cost.
Oh, yeah. And then they put the thing on there, please be kind, rewind.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I used to always bring out the porn movies and forget to rewind them.
Oh, you're talking about the beaded room?
The private room.
You go in there and
you sneak in
you run into one of your teachers. You're like, hey, Mr.
Mr. Smith. What are you doing here? What are you renting?
Oh.
Old ladies, huh?
Oh,
All right.
I'm in the wrong room. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, now you know what I'm sitting
The
with.
beaded room. I love them.
Oh yeah, there was always a beaded. There was always like beads hanging
or
there.
beads,
Yeah. You sneak by, you walk by.
So like you try to get into the room and try to get in quietly because as soon as everybody hears the beads, everyone looks around.
Who's
Well,
coming out of there?
I would say, as a little girl and other girls, we were redirected very quickly. We never knew what was
Yeah.
behind the beads. At least I didn't know. And I had no idea.
Come out with stacks. Yeah, put them in the bag.
Oh God.
Well, Ron Jeremy was like half the section, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but okay then. But no, great memories with
Yeah,
respect to
yeah.
that. But you said something just now, Joe. You mentioned the fact that it was really interesting to see yourself on the shelf.
Yeah.
So for those that are listening, Joe was one of the main characters in the movie Last American Virgin from the early 80s. And I can't imagine what that would be like to see yourself sitting on a shelf. How
pretty
old
cool.
were you when you saw that?
Well, when it first came out in video, it was in 84, 83 it came out in video. No, 83 it went to cable, then it came to video. And I remember going in video stores and people having me sign the
really?
boxes for them and stuff. Yeah,
That's cool.
And I saw something online. It said
now
that you
you
were on
can't-
Letterman.
Yeah, now you can't
Oh,
even
yes.
find this
What did you
movie.
do on Letterman?
I played his stepson. I had like a skit with him.
Oh, nice.
But you can't find this movie now. It's like a collector's item.
Yeah, there's a couple movies. I remember I grew up and there was I don't know if you remember like the movie Rad. Remember the
Yes.
movie Rad?
Yeah, of
Like
course I
the
do.
bicycle movie? It was like there was a
Yes.
there was a movie for every sport. Like so Rad was the
Yes.
bicycle movie. Thrashin' was like the skateboard movie.
I
North
remember.
Shore was like the
I got
but
nothing.
You couldn't find it. You couldn't
I
find
got
it
nothing,
anywhere.
ladies and gentlemen.
These were all the movies that were geared like to us, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you had remember that movie The Wraith? With that race,
Yes.
that
Which
weird
one?
looking car, The Wraith?
Yes.
And it was like this weird looking car that was racing these guys on the mountains and it would blow their cars
The
up.
Wraith?
Gleaming the
Wraith.
Cube.
Gleaming
Do
the
you remember
Cube
that?
with Christian Slater.
Christian Slater
Yes.
and Tony Hawk
And
did
we
all
are
the
going
stunts.
back in time. I don't remember these movies, but then again, I probably would not have seen them. I remember
This is-
Cujo.
this-
I mean,
this
animal.
so-
Cujo.
There's
Yeah,
so
the
many
dog.
Oh, the
movies.
dog. Well, yeah.
There's so many movies that were out on video, but nowadays it's like so many movies being made. It's like,
Well, those tapes, going back to the cassettes and whatnot,
Yeah.
they have tremendous value right now.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so we do have
the
a
DVDs.
comment.
What do we have?
We have a comment from Andrew Garcia. Writing screenplays and shoes is not easy.
Writing-
They probably meant shows, not shoes.
Oh.
Shows.
I was like-
Being able to write and to write comedy like that is so amazing.
Yes, it is. It's a gift.
That's
You-
Andy Garcia. You should know. You're a big shot, Andy.
It's a gift to have what you have.
It is.
To turn everything into something artsy.
Well, my thing was always like when I moved out to New York, I realized really quick that I wasn't going to get anywhere by myself. I learned that really quick. So
So
like
you
when
know.
I went and did stand up just to meet stand up comedians, and I figure, okay, the more comedians I know, the more people I could put in. But to my core, I'm a writer,
Right.
and I like coming up with the ideas. But I still come from a family of entrepreneurs that there is something cool about building it from the
Right.
ground up, right? And like for instance, like I'm sure we'll talk about the premiere and stuff, but like these 5 movies that we just shot, there was over 200 South Floridians that worked on them.
Wow.
And everybody donated their talent and their time to the projects because they all believe in and I've always admired like what like Adam Sandler does with Happy Madison, where it's like he's got
He uses
everybody
the same
in
people, yeah.
his family, his friends. You do one movie, now you're in his. And I call it my entertainment family.
Yeah, like Quentin Tarantino
Yeah,
too. Same
yeah.
thing.
And I love that. I love
Yeah.
I love that sense of, because I mean, what do they say? If you love your work, you don't work a day in your life.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Now you look forward to watching his movies because you want to see these people where he puts them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. Like now I got like this guy, I finally got him in a movie. I met him when we were shooting
No,
another
I met you
movie.
at a bruise room.
Yes, but we were shooting the movie. We went there, and then we ran
Yeah.
into the guy who looks like the dude.
Yeah, so we're
The dude.
yeah, so we're at Bruce Room. A friend of mine, we have a mutual friend.
He
and
finally
calls
won
and
an
he's like,
Academy
"Hey, I want you to meet this director." And I was like, "Yeah, where you guys at?" And he's like, "I'm at Bruce Room." And I happened to be, I think I was driving by or something. I was like, "Bro, I'm right there." So I pull in, and I meet him and Pierre.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there talking. We had a great time. This guy walks in, and he looks like the character, the dude, which was played by
Big Lebowski, Jeff Daniels.
But
as the dude.
And he looked dressed like him. Like we all looked. We're like, it's the dude. And the guy knew it. He accepted it. We took pictures with him and everything.
So he was just the character, or someone that was just sitting there.
Somebody hanging out.
He lives that way.
He was a lookalike. But what's messed up is, you know how like when you're on Amazon and then you're looking at like hats, and then you all of a sudden you go to Facebook and it's like they're recommending hats, and you're like, what is going on? Like somebody's watching
they follow
me.
your algorithms.
I got home and I had a friend request from somebody named Jeff Daniels, who was not the same Jeff Daniels. I swear. Like, this
Can't make that stuff up.
But it's true. You get these retarded requests. Like,
Yeah.
who are these people? You get the request from a girl. They got 2 pictures.
Yeah.
And no
yeah.
followers.
Oh yeah.
And then this new one, they pop up. Oh, I love your pictures and I love what you post. Can you send me a friend request?
Yeah.
How about new?
New.
So I have to ask you. So you actually, I'm thinking about when George Carlin,
The best.
infamous
Oh yeah.
comedian.
Smartest comedian.
Oh my
there ever
goodness.
was.
Everything
was
he
just-
said was true.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Stuff. That's my favorite bit he ever did.
Stuff. That is the best one.
Gotta get more stuff.
Yeah,
What am I gonna do with all this stuff?
And then you got to take that stuff and put into small stuff, and then you go somewhere else and go into smaller stuff. But you do remind me a little bit about his character. I'm
Yeah.
picking up a little bit of George
I'm
Carlin
getting that
here.
too, yeah.
And I like when you're thinking of things. I mean, do they just come to you as a comedian? Like you have to be on the fly.
Well, I mean, I'll find something funny. Sometimes I'll see something and go, I was never good at improv when I did improv at like Second City and Upright Citizens Brigade, because I was the guy that after we did the sketch, I could rewrite the sketch a million times funnier as soon as I did it. So I know how to take something and go, okay, let me make it way better than it was. But my focus is always on observational humor, so I try not to ever make fun of things that people can't control. You'll never see me making fun of like handicaps or anything like that. I just don't find it funny. And I try to keep it more creative than that. But I do I grew up on SNL, and I love creating original characters, like really wacky characters. Like this guy, okay, so in the movie that we just shot, he plays, we're in a boy band over 40, right? And we're like, and we all have like our own little thing, and so he plays Uno and he wears an eye patch. And I was like, and I gave everybody kind of like a little theme. So even the characters say, everybody from the leads to the whatever, like to people with 2 lines, they all have distinct characters. I don't know. I find it to just try to make it funny. You know what I mean?
So I have a question with,
Yes.
As a comedian, I mean, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but what happened with Will Smith and that whole scenario, how that went down. Have you ever had an instance where someone in the audience got very belligerent with you, or?
Oh yeah. Like there was one time. Okay, so there was a joke. I don't know if I could tell it on the show, but like I was telling a joke, and when I did stand up, and I only did it for like 5 years. When I did these ensemble shows, I never hung out and watched the other comedians because I wasn't as good as some of these guys, so I had to like be upstairs kind of like running my jokes through my head because all these other guys are just laying back drinking, and they're calm, cool, and collected. They've been doing it a while. So I wasn't seeing what was going on in the crowd, and I went there and I did a joke, and the joke was like something, and in fact it was a Blockbuster joke. I said, is it possible for a straight guy to have gaydar? And then the audience was like, yeah, no. And I go, because I don't know, I'm no detective. I'm like, but I was in a Blockbuster video the other day and I saw 2 dudes having sex. Pretty sure they were gay. And then the audience gets a little chuckle, and I go, I don't know, but there's something fishy about 2 guys renting The Notebook. And that was the joke. It was on me, like basically saying that like they were renting The Notebook, and that's why I thought they were gay. And then I went to the 2 guys in the front and I go, by the way, how was the movie, guys? And when I did that, the one guy goes, I'm gay. What's wrong with that? And I'm like. And then my friend goes after the set. He goes, dude, what is wrong with you? They were like sipping each other's like pina coladas like all show, and I'm like, I didn't
notice.
Like, but again, it wasn't a gay joke. It was I'm an idiot joke.
At least that's how I took it, right?
Right.
That's how I thought I was telling it. So needless to say, I stopped telling the joke.
Well, you have to be super careful. I mean,
the cancel culture now. And
Exactly.
Chappelle takes your phone. Chappelle, you go to a Dave Chappelle show. I heard that they actually make you lock your phone.
Why?
Just so nobody can stream it online.
Right.
Because we used to remember Comedy Central. They used to show like little stand-up bits. Well, now it's like if everything goes viral beforehand, nobody's going to pay $100 a ticket.
They're going to see the material and they don't want to see it.
Yeah.
But you're a comedian, right? How different is it now than back? Eddie Murphy.
Oh, for sure. Like the whole Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder thing.
Andrew
You couldn't
Dice
do that
Clay,
today.
Andrew Dice Clay, all those guys. They couldn't do what they do today.
You know what?
No
I
way.
noticed that there's a lot of female comedians now that are
I noticed some crazy
basically doing Dice's
Yeah.
act. They're
Really?
basically, it's
And they're
all
getting
shock
away with it.
value. I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to talk
they're
about
getting
that.
away
And you're
with
like, oh my God, is she really saying that?
But it's not as
And when
bad as
Dice
Dice.
did it, it was edgy. But now it's kind of
I
like
went to
watered
see
down.
him 4 years ago in the Boca Black Box.
Oh, really?
And he was as disgusting as ever.
That's
I
him.
mean, I remember the old Dice.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
when
The
you
Dice Man
watched him,
cometh.
your mouth was open. But nowadays, he would never be able to get. And Eddie
The nursery
Murphy,
rhymes.
Eddie Murphy too is my
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh, well, Eddie Murphy would have been probably the GOAT of stand-up had he kept doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
those first two stand-up specials were two of the best things you'll ever see.
Untouchable, yeah.
And there would be no Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle if it wasn't for Eddie Murphy.
yeah. And it would be no Eddie Murphy if it
Without
wasn't
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor, yeah.
who was another crazy.
Yeah.
But
the cookie and the
question
milk.
was, it's like nowadays you do your comedy and you're very funny, but you, like you said, you have to watch what you say. You have to be politically correct.
Yeah, and I mean, I know in regards to movies, when I'm writing movies, it's a little different than, I mean, there's a lot of stand-up comedians that I have in my projects, and they're all just, they don't want to play colleges anymore because everybody's all PC and politically correct, and it's like that's what comedy is, right? Like if you're making fun of something and you're taking the air out of the uncomfortableness.
Yes.
Right?
And people just don't understand that.
There was a
that's
show. There's a
exactly what I was
show that
telling
I did I did two shows during when the pandemic hit, and one show was called Comedy Doctors because everybody was stuck at home and everybody nobody could leave their house and stuff. So I created this show called Comedy Doctors because I noticed that people go to social media to talk about their problems,
Oh, I
to
hate
talk
that.
negative, and nobody wants to go on a feed and see FML, I got a flat tire, this, that, and you're just scrolling through
it's like a diary. They make it
Yeah.
a diary.
So I created the show called Comedy Doctors because we've seen athletes, we've seen actors, we've seen a lot of people lose their jobs because they went to social media with problems. And so what I did was I created Comedy Doctors and said, okay, before you post on social media, send it in and our comics will kind of make it funny so that you kind of
Save you-
forget about your problems, right?
Save people from themselves.
Yeah, you're saving people from themselves.
Like
and then we
this-
had another show called Meaningless Debate, which was people, how people go on Facebook and they'll get into usually about politics or religion, and then next thing you know, they're unfriending their friend or something, and they'll never talk to
It's
somebody ever again.
ridiculous.
Well,
Yeah.
I will have to say though, the one thing, and I have to give a shout out, Teresa Grace. Thanks for saying your hello. We really, really appreciate that. Glad you're watching. The concept of what you're saying though, in a way, I don't think that it's necessary to really be that politically correct when you're doing what you're doing. For the cause of freedom of speech, but on the same time, it's creativity, it's art. In your eyes, it's art, maybe not in mine. But could some of the material be overly pushy,
just people
edgy?
get so offended
But
so easily now.
It's an act. It's
Yeah.
just all an act, and I think.
Yeah,
that
I
kids
mean,
are
listen.
You're right. People taking it too far.
way too far.
There are certain subjects, obviously, that are always going to be touchy, but now it's like all the stuff that's going on now, it's getting to the point where now we're going to create touchy things with everything.
Oh, it's
everything.
ridiculous.
I can't comment and make a joke on something, which you go see the best comedians in the world. The first thing they do when they hit the stage is they're doing observational humor,
Right.
and they're talking about the venue or something like that. Somebody who I know who's one of my close friends, and you guys had him on the show. I actually told him to call in tonight. I don't know if he will. So if Mike Marino calls in,
Oh yeah, Mike.
Yes, he's
yeah.
I told
watching,
Mike
yes.
to call in. Mike Mike is one of
Yes.
the best at that. Like Mike, as soon as Mike goes to a venue and he performed at the Black Box and all this stuff, I had him as the spokesperson. I did some commercial campaigns for some company, and Mike's like awesome at that. He walks in the venue and immediately he can tell jokes off the cuff about the
people,
ambiance
right.
of like the parking lot of the place, right? Like
Yeah,
the guy
he's crazy.
yeah, he's great.
Funny, man.
We have
And
some
that-
comments that, like, they want to cancel a culture.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we don't need to have that.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was just laughing at myself thinking of the Eddie Murphy Raw, the second one. They don't have sirens. They have the guy at the top. How would that go over today?
How would that go over today?
And all it takes is one person in the audience to
Get
derail the rest of the audience because,
Exactly.
like,
That's
if
interesting.
that person yells back or something, now everybody seems in the audience seems to be checking with that guy. Can I laugh at this? Is it okay to laugh
Yeah.
at this? And you're like, we shouldn't be checking with that guy. If the
No.
person's
Nah, that's
funny,
why
they're
you
funny. You
that's
paid
when
for
you
a
gotta have a
ticket.
bouncer there to throw them out.
You know,
Yeah.
the only person that I ever saw actually handle one of those hecklers like that was Arsenio Hall.
Yeah.
That he
Oh,
got
wow.
he got some guy went on his show and was really like saying that he was not having any homosexuals on his show. And he was like, "Oh, you're gonna tell me about discrimination?" He was like, "Bro, I'm black." And I mean, he just went in on this dude, and then the crowd went wild. But Arsenio Hall, man, I always loved his show. So
Yeah,
I
I missed
remember
that
him.
show.
He was really
He was
good.
the guy, yeah.
Well, they brought it back. It came back for a little
For a little bit, yeah.
right?
They changed channels with it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But he didn't have the flat top, and there was no
No.
dog
No.
down.
There was no dog, yeah.
You
yeah.
know, like,
I remember when Dice was on his show. Yeah. That
Yes.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as a comedian, we have to really appreciate the art.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there, like you said, when you laugh, it takes you out of your current situation and brings you present to at least laughing is one of the best cures you can have.
Yeah, like
That's what they say.
Absolutely.
When I'm in a bad mood, I go home, put Netflix on, watch some of the comedians.
Yeah.
Start laughing.
Oh,
And
no
he's
doubt.
What's his name? Joy Coy?
Yeah, he's
Coy.
good. He's good.
He's funny. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, my favorite comedian, I gotta say, like, I mean,
You stole my question. I wanted to know who that was.
I've seen a lot of comedians. Like, I used to hang out at the Comedy Cellar with all the comedians out there and stuff. And Bill Burr is just my
Yeah.
utmost
I
favorite.
watched him the other day.
He is my
He's crazy.
utmost favorite
He's
comedian.
edgy too. I like him.
He's
I saw him at
just
the
so
Hard Rock.
raw and like he's just I don't know. There's just and it's very hard to do what he does because he's coming out with a special like every year,
Yeah.
2 years.
Yes.
And it takes a year to perfect that.
Right.
You know, and to do it constantly. Like
And
Eddie
keep-
Murphy did 2 specials. Burr's got like 10.
Yeah, and they keep doing better than the other.
Yeah.
One better than the other.
We need to talk about this premiere that's coming.
Oh,
Yes.
I want to know about it. I know it's a private event.
Yes.
And it grew bigger than you anticipated.
Yeah, very
and,
quickly, yeah.
if we can bring up the flyer to show everyone the 5 different, the 5 different movies that you worked on that you made reference to
Yeah.
before. Can you talk a little bit about each one?
Yeah, this is actually my 3rd premiere. I did one for 4 short films in 2010. I did another one for 5 in 2013. And then 2 of the films, Unhired Gun and Ask Aldo, I actually shot before the pandemic. And then nobody was working, nobody was doing anything. And then I moved to Atlanta. I almost died. I came back to Florida. And when I came back to Florida, people said, hey, you want to shoot a short film? And I ended up shooting 3 in the last 8 months. But it's funny. Okay, so Ask Aldo, the fact that you were talking about engagement,
Right.
it's about a guy who's an art curator who proposes to a girl who's the daughter of a mafia boss. Right? And I got to win the affection of a mafia boss, but he thinks I'm kind of like this wussy, like, art curator who manages an art building.
You're like a nurse.
Yeah.
From the Fockers.
No Dessert for Bert is a film about a guy trying to impress his girlfriend's sister or girlfriend's brother. I'm sorry. And then this big guy who's played by Fat Chops, a local comedian, guy's hilarious. He crashes the party, and he's got guns and drugs and everything else on him. And I'm trying to have like a nice dinner to impress, so like everything goes wrong. Unhired Guns is about 2 guys that go to Florida to spread the ashes of their father, only to get in the wrong Uber car and get taken to the cartel's house.
That sounds great.
Florida Manifesto is about, all the crazy Florida Man headlines, like Florida Man does this, Florida Man
Right.
does that. Well, it's about a guy who and his brother who he thinks that there's some kind of conspiracy going on, and they're all like tied together. So it's kind of like a road trip comedy. And then the one that I really think will end up being a feature film very soon is Friend Draft, which that one is about a married couple who realizes very quick that their friends are choosing sides during their divorce. So they decide to have a fantasy draft to select their friends.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
That's the one I'm
How
in.
long is each movie?
Yeah. Bert, Bert, Aldo, and Florida Manifesto are all about 22 minutes, and the other two are Unhired Guns is 25, and the other one's 29.
So if anybody wants to be able to watch these movies,
They're
where would
going to
they
be
go?
at every film festival. We're going to be submitting them to Tribeca. We're going to be putting them everywhere, and then eventually, once we go through the film festival circuit, then they'll just go on the YouTube channel.
And how long would that typically take?
Well, I don't know. I mean, certain film festivals will let you submit. I mean, I had a film festival or a film that I did called Mama Needs a Ride, which I ended up writing the feature version. It's about two guys. I kind of find the Italian comedies funny and stuff, so I write a lot of those. But that one, I mean, we were still winning awards 3-4 years later. But I would like to get them online sooner than that, because the goal with these is not just a short film. The goal is to show them to people and say, okay, these are all proof of concepts for feature films. Because I could write any one, like Unhired Guns, I'm already 60 pages into the feature version.
So essentially, film festivals have these short films
Yeah.
that up-and-coming writers, filmmakers are in, and those that are well-established.
Yeah.
And these are, participating for the solicitation of actually one of those movies becoming a feature film. Is that essentially what one is hoping
I mean,
for?
if you're in a bigger film festival like a Sundance or a Tribeca or something, they actually have distributors and production executives that come to scout talent. I believe it was Sundance, I could be wrong, but I believe it was Sundance that Vin Diesel did a short film, and he got it into Sundance. Steven Spielberg saw it and cast him in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, wow.
So like certain times, certain things happen. I mean, and I've been to every film festival in Florida. Obviously, we'll submit to Florida because all the actors and the cast members and crew members are from Florida. So we'll submit, and I've been in Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and stuff. But what's crazy is years ago, to make a short film was more of an accomplishment because of the film. It cost money for the film, right? Like Kevin Smith, when he did Clerks, the majority of the budget it was film.
Yeah.
So like. But now, and it was unknowns. Now you have like famous actors and famous directors making short films. And like I was in the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival a couple years ago, and in the same block was like all Bill Murray's brothers did like a movie. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to win anything because obviously if they give the awards out, they're going to give it in the newspaper. Bill Murray's brothers is a hell of a lot better headline than my name, right?
It's who you know, I guess,
You
right?
know?
Well, how much does each movie typically cost?
Well, it depends. That's one thing I've gotten very good at is trying to. I was going to put it actually on the screen at the premiere because I think people would be shocked. But I made all 5 films for $12,000.
All 5 films for $12,000.
And I shot in the airport. I shot at a $20 million mansion. I got all the locations, because what I do is when I approach people, obviously if you don't have the money to do it, like every time I get a couple bucks, I'm making something. But these are short films, so I can get people to dedicate like a weekend or something, right?
Okay.
And say, hey, let's try to bang this out. Like Friend Draft, we did Friend Draft. It was 35 pages. I did it in 4 days, right? And that's a lot. That's a lot. So
I'm just trying to comprehend the 12,000.
because everybody basically the only thing that we were paying, because everybody's donating it in hopes that we do something with it. They get seen at film festivals, so they get jobs. Because I
get this guy working the budget.
Like
Right.
I just the thing about it is that like if I don't have the money, I gotta offer something. So it's always credits, exposure,
Right.
things like that. And I don't. It's not that I'm trying to be cheap or something with it. It's just that listen, I'm not making money on these.
And
Like,
you get people that believe in your project that way.
yeah, so like the first 4, it was a little tougher when I first started, But now, I mean, Friend Draft, along with this guy, which you don't need anybody else. You got this guy.
I love that. I got to see this movie.
Like, we had Fran Capos in it. She's the fastest talking woman in the world. She's been in a million different TV shows like Entertainment Tonight, Larry King, and stuff like that. She talks 11 words a second. Like, you'll meet her at the premiere. She's in it. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Peanut Butter Falcon, but the movie Peanut Butter Falcon, the star of Peanut Butter Falcon is Zach Gottsigan. And he found out about we were doing it through SAG, because I always do it through SAG. If there's a chance we can make money, I'm going to take that chance. So we feel that he found it out. And once that movie is one of the most beautiful movies and heartfelt movies you'll ever see. I don't know what
Peanut Butter Draft? Is that what you do?
No, I wish. The Peanut Butter Falcon that he was in. And he found out about it, and he's like, hey,
there's 2 movies together.
He said if there's a role, and I'm like, you don't understand. That movie is just the most heartfelt movie. I'm like, you know what? I'm writing a part for you. And literally, like, the week we were shooting, I wrote a part, and now he's in the coffee shop scenes, like there's a girl that keeps hitting on him, and like he's like, oh God, not her again. And he's the first ever actor or the first person with Down syndrome to ever present an award at the Oscars.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's great.
just the nicest guy in the world.
And the guy can break dance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
We had
Is that the
Jimmy
guy that
Schubert.
Was in, what was the name of that show with Bryan Cranston? Didn't that guy have cerebral palsy or something?
Which
the
one?
actor that played his son. You know what I'm talking about.
We have a comment here that networking is key, as what you mentioned. This is from Andy Garcia.
Andy knows. I mean,
Film
how
crew
did you get in
volunteering.
Ocean's 11, Andy?
Andy Garcia was the Godfather Coda.
How did you get the Godfather, Andy? Like,
Yeah, I mean, listen, and he's right, though. He's saying that, film crew volunteering is everything for up-and-coming filmmakers.
But it wasn't.
And actors and actresses, for
It
that
wasn't
matter.
until, I would say, over the last couple of years that I started getting noticed, because it was the amount of stuff that I was doing, and people saw how hard I was working, because like I'm casting it, I'm getting all the locations, I would go to comedy clubs and literally just introduce myself to comedians and say, hey, listen, I'd love to have you in a cameo part in this movie. I'll shoot it around your schedule. And
Nice.
certain people bit, certain people didn't.
calls?
And like now we were able to get like the stars of Friend Draft, Jimmy Schubert, who's a huge comedian, guy's amazing. He's been on Entourage, Two Broke Girls, everything. His own stand-up specials. He stars in it opposite of Angelica Castro, who is an enormous talent in Latin America.
Wow. Well, it's been very entertaining hearing what you've been actually working on, and just from a comedic side and everything. We appreciate you coming on and sharing all that, and we will be there tomorrow to support you. I'll be working, of course, the red carpet and doing my thing, interviewing all these individuals. But if anybody wants to go out to at least witness or see some of the red carpet individuals, where would they go?
If you go to Comedy Flow online, if you go to comedyflow.net, there's links to all my previous projects. Those shows I was saying that we did online. We've had amazing guests. Like we had John O'Hurley, who was Peterman from Seinfeld, George Wallace, like a lot of big names. Comedyflow.net, and then Comedyflow FLO. The key is there's no W. Everybody puts a W on it. But
Well, we're actually going to be supporting you. You can find more information on our website. But everyone, do stay tuned for the second part of our show. And I promise you, this one is going to be really, really hilarious. Now that we're in the holidays, stay tuned for the 7 top reasons why people break up during the holidays.
I know the number one.
Yes. So please stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this part of our segment of
You
the
guys stay,
Power Up
too.
Radio.
Yeah.
We'll keep,
I'm not
we'll
going
keep
anywhere.
Kenny, and we'll make sure
I got
we
nowhere
keep
to go.
Matt
I
on.
brought a cookie with me.
The next upcoming show, you can continue to watch us through our website, Facebook.
Hey, thanks for riding the 6th Borough Radio Show. We hope that you will stay with us for part 2 of the show on Power Up Radio. Let's get your weekend started with a little bit of laughs and plenty of sauce.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
True Oldies live here. 95.3 and 96.9. The True Oldies channel presents a jazzy swinging Christmas starring John Tesh live. Saturday, December 10th, the Seabreeze Amphitheater at Carlin Park in Jupiter comes alive with a free holiday concert starring John Tesh. Come enjoy the beautiful outdoors, rain or shine, no cover charge. Bring your lawn chair and blankies. A free concert, but VIP seating pods are available for purchase. Enjoy live music, on-site bars, food, and more. It's John Tesh live in 8 days. Saturday, December 10th at 7 p.m. at Carlin Park in Jupiter. Park gates open at 6 p.m. John Tesh live in concert. Part of the Carlin Park After Dark Concert Series. Brought to you by Palm Beach County Parks and Recreation Department, Robes Law Group, Sloman's 1-800-ALARM-ME, Brayman BMW Jupiter, and the Hamilton Piano Company. For more info, visit TrueOldiesFLA.com. The greatest hits of all time. All time. The True Oldies Channel. 95.3 and 96.9. South Florida's Good Time Oldies is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
The greatest hits of all time. All time. The True Oldies Channel. 95.3 and 96.9.
This program is furnished by amp2tv.square.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Let's get your weekend started on Fridays with your one and only new host, Denise. Bringing you amped, raw, and fun energy to entertain as you end your week to welcome your weekend. Denise will bring new friends, celebrities, entrepreneurs, topic experts, musicians, foodies, local events, news, and much more to educate, celebrate, motivate, relax, and relate. As she says, let's make your mess your message. So let's get this party started. Here's Denise.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the second part of our hour here with the Power Up Show. We just had with us Matt Florio, director, filmmaker, comedian, actor, who has actually been a part of our show for the 6th Borough, the first half of our show. And, of course, you have with me, as always,
Me?
Yeah.
Or Kenny? I thought you were leading into Kenny.
Nope.
He's taking my spot over here.
Nope. Who do we have with
About
us?
to take his chair.
This is Joe Rubo, and I just want to say, Matt, very entertaining. I'm so glad you came in.
so
Like
much.
the time flew, man.
It's so
I mean,
good to be with you guys.
This man has so much energy, and he's so talented. I love it.
Well, as always, we like to have entertainment, and this show is your show. We want to hear from you. You can also please make sure you can either follow us.
We want to hear from you guys. Come on,
You can call in 888-565-1470, or you can go and watch us through Facebook under the Power Up Hour. Well, actually, it's Power Up Media, and you can find us on there as well, and you can watch us through YouTube under Power Up Media as well. So, with that said,
Wait, I have a question for you.
yes,
Next week,
yes.
we go to a different time, right?
That is correct. We are now moving the show to the 6:30 hour and the 7:30 hour.
So a half hour. You got an extra half hour to get ready for us.
Yes, an extra half hour.
So the traffic is not an excuse anymore.
No, it's not.
Okay. And wait,
yeah,
we are
and
on more stations.
that is correct. We are now moving on to 3 more stations.
So that's a total of
6 stations in total, and
wow.
our footprint will be approximately up to 10 million. So for those of you that are listening, one thing for sure that you need to know, this show, the Power Up Hour, we've actually are now going to be reaching our 100th show, and we're very, very excited about that.
100 shows.
100 shows have been completed between the 6th Borough and the Power Up Hour.
That's
100
great. Congratulations.
Chin
That's an accomplishment.
Chin
That
Dan.
definitely
Chin
is an
Dan,
accomplishment.
yes, Chin
for
Dan.
sure.
So we're very, very excited about that. We have our sponsors that we're very proud of, and we want to encourage you to be part of our show. And if you want to be seen and advertised on our shows, by all means, please go ahead and contact us. You can do that on our website, which is www.powerupradiotv.com. And just submit a request to have us contact you, and our sales team will get with you
and
eventually.
come down and see us here. Come watch us live.
And
That's
I
right.
got 2 tickets. The last
That's
2 tickets that are left. It's sold out. That there's 2. I don't
2
know how you want
tickets for
to.
the
I don't
show
know how you
tomorrow.
want to give them out. Just,
So actually what we do is we will let everyone know that if you want to have these 2 tickets to the premiere tomorrow, you would call into 888-565-1470, and you will get 2 tickets to the premiere to the 5 films that are being released.
And we will all be there. We want to meet you.
I want to meet you. Come on down.
Come on down, spend some time with us,
He's going to
watch
have the
the 5
patch on
films.
his eye.
I should have brought it. I should
It
have
will
brought
be,
it.
and correct me if I'm wrong, it will be at the Savor Paradiso Theater. Is that right?
Savor Cinema, starting at 6:30.
And where is that?
Fort
Lauderdale.
Lauderdale. It's like if you go underneath the tunnel,
Yeah,
under
I
Las
know where it is.
Olas.
There's another one in Hollywood too, right?
Yeah, that's that.
Okay, there's one in Fort Lauderdale.
2 Cinema Paradisos, but they just renamed this one or
Yes,
something.
definitely. I know where it is. I've been there before.
So once again, by the way, will there be activities, festivities beforehand? Of course, will there be any beverages, anything there that's
Oh
for
yeah,
the?
I mean we'll definitely be hitting the cocktails
Oh, yeah.
before. I mean, what is this like?
I'm gonna be wearing.
I'm
the
not
eye-
going to
I'm
watch
be
my
wearing the eye
screening
patch
sober.
by the
That's
end of
for
the
sure.
night.
Gonna wear the eye patch by the end of the night. Well, we are very excited. This week has been a lot of things have been happening. For those of you that didn't tune into the first part of our show, there are a couple of exciting things that did occur this week, and we did make reference to the point that there was a volcanic eruption that was a twofer. One went off, and the other one decided to go off, and that was in Hawaii. And we had, of course, the exciting tree lighting. That took place in New York City, and also the White House had theirs.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we are full season.
Official kickoff of the season.
Official
We're
kickoff.
Here. Look at this
Yeah.
place.
And our theater, yes. So
Yeah.
here we are. We are in a new studio. So many great things are happening. Here we are in the new studio. We've expanded our radio stations, which is the
Yes.
True Oldies radio station, which is Victor Canales Media Group Live. This is also who you can actually find us through him and watch the show and hear us through those stations. So,
Six
radio
You know what else
stations.
is going on?
Share.
Art Basel.
The Art Basel.
Art Basil.
Oh, I called it basil.
Basil.
It's not. Well, it could be.
I said you put
It's part of the
basil on
season.
pizza.
Yes, we do have the Art Basel event that's taking place.
Basil sounds
And,
cooler.
and let me tell you,
Yes, go ahead. Do
I
share,
opened
Kenny.
yesterday, I had Le Art Noir, the show, and I was able to show my artwork at the gallery there, and it was really an amazing experience to be back in the gallery. I have so many people. There was a fashion show. I wasn't part of the fashion show, but I did have my fashion products, and we moved some product yesterday, so it was very nice. It was a real successful night.
I mean,
So-
Art Basel is all about the creators, the artists. I mean, it's all about the creative.
It's like
I've
a
never
Super
been to
Bowl
it.
of
I
art
thought it
shows.
was- Is it just
How long
paintings?
does it
and
go on
stuff?
for?
No, it's
Art.
everything, any type of art. I do collage art. You got
So I can
painters,
say
you
the
got-
screening is part of Art Basel?
Probably.
It's art.
It is art.
It's art.
They were
I don't know.
talking on the radio today that DJing is an art, part of art, Baz.
Anything a part of the creative, but it is most known for their artistic work, which is typically down in Miami, the Wynwood area. There's a lot of warehouses and the convention center and stuff like that. So the Art Basel, this is an actual event that took place here at the Hard Rock.
So why is he showing
Oh,
us?
nice.
No, it was actually today, yesterday and today.
Oh, today? Yeah.
Yes.
Today's the second,
So,
that's right.
yes, so it's actually a weekend event. For those of you that want to know what it is, it's just an amazing creative event that takes place down here in Florida. It is moving from Miami, meaning it's grown so much that it's just too busy
coming up to Broward.
that it's coming up into the Broward area. So, you know, the Sixth Borough is all about, and I should say really South Florida, is all about the arts. Power Up Hour, we support the arts beyond belief, you know, anything that we can do because we are part of the arts. You know, we are in media. So we also have that compelling connection as well.
Does the event, it's just over the course of a week or a weekend?
That's what I want. Is it
Yeah, it's
one
over the
weekend or a
weekend.
week?
5 days.
It's 5 days.
5 days.
It is a week. Comes through the week. Right?
Well,
Yes.
it starts Thursday. I think it finishes
Like Monday.
Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great event. It really is. So we actually had all here in South Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. They did have what they call their Las Olas. What they call Lights on Las Olas or Christmas on Las Olas, and it's a pretty big event. Many of the major
That was
cities had.
Saturday?
That was actually this Tuesday.
Okay.
Was that
Yeah.
the boat parade?
No, the boat
that's not
parade
yet.
is coming
No,
up.
not yet?
That's got to be coming up soon.
I've lived
too,
here
right?
like my whole life. I still don't know
Yes,
what day
the
it
boat
is.
parade, the Winterfest boat parade is also coming up. A very, very big
going?
event. I'm not sure, but it is a very,
I
very
checked
big
with her like
event.
she's my mom. Are we going? Can we go, Mom? Can we go, Mom?
There's always something.
we going?
Boat parade, air and sea
Well,
show.
we're so busy, but you know that's part of being here in South Florida. We have the
Summer all year
grandeur of our
long.
events.
It's like it's funny. I call up. What are we? Are we doing? Are we going anywhere tonight? Where are we going? What are we doing? What should I wear?
Yeah.
How should I dress?
We are very fortunate. We're very fortunate to be part of South
Yes.
Florida, and we have events that are forever ongoing. You know, this area affords us to be able to recognize so many activities
Yes.
and so much great work that's for the nonprofit arena, supporting so many different things. And of course, what we're about here at the Power Up Hour is telling stories of the comeback stories. We tell stories. We like to. I like storytelling. That's what it comes down to. Storytelling is something I love to do. You know, from the beginnings to the heights to how you got down to where you were and back up and clawed your way to your success again. And that's about motivation. So the Power Up Hour, that's where we're going to stick. But we're also about educating and having fun. So we're going to dedicate this portion of our show. So everyone, please stay tuned. I like doing these kind of things. We're going to be dedicating this show to, well, the next month will be all about holiday. You know, different things about holiday. Next 2 weeks, make sure you tune in because it's about a lot more fun. We're going to be having, who's going to be appearing?
For the show.
The show.
Christmas show.
Yeah.
Oh, special guest.
Santa Claus.
Goomba Santa.
Goomba.
Goomba Santa.
all right.
Goomba Santa and his helpers.
Yo,
That is
yo,
right.
yo. He doesn't
Yeah.
say ho, ho, ho.
If you're on the lot, if you're
Goomba Santa's going to make a special appearance. You know, get ready for him. It's going to be something special that night.
And it is an open station, so you can actually, if you want,
Come down.
come on
Yeah.
down and be
Yeah.
here part with us, and you can
Does
participate.
Goomba Santa wear a beard?
Does he?
Or he's got a goatee?
We can't say.
You can't say.
Gotta tune
I have
in.
to kill you.
Gotta tune in.
Well, anyway, we're going to go and start off here about the terrible things and why breaking up happens so much during the holidays.
Why?
There's so many reasons why.
Cheap gifts.
Cheap
So you don't have to buy
No
a gift.
gifts.
No
Well,
gifts.
let's just start this way. It's kind of like a little bit of a game that we're going to play. So what feedback is really critical. If you want to put your 2 cents in any of the things that you think is going to be a reason why, or you've even experienced it yourself, we want to hear from you.
Oh, this is like Family Feud.
Oh, it could
Is
be.
it on the board?
Yes, 888-565-1470. You can also make commentary on Facebook so that this way we can actually give you a shout out and see what you have to say. So with that, let's get rolling.
Join in.
Alrighty, so you know that the holidays typically is about love, family, friends, you know, religious celebration, and it is the festive time of the year. All right, so, but it can also be one of the more times of years that a lot of engagements happen.
Yes.
Very typical.
My
Your
daughter
daughter
just
just got
engaged,
engaged,
yeah.
right? Well, It is the tease also, 'tis the season to be single. This is a kind of a coined frame. And there's something called Scrooging. You've been Scrooged or you're Scrooging?
I've been screwed a lot. I mean, Scrooged a lot.
Well, we're gonna.
great movie.
It's
Sorry,
Scrooge. Scrooge. So these are terms that are just like I've just learned, and I wanted to share them.
Tell me what the Scrooged is.
Well, hold on a second. I just
Bill
want to make
Murray.
sure you understand.
Jumping
There
ahead
are
over
two peak seasons, all right, where breakups happen the most, all right, and that is the spring. Okay, well, probably just in time for the summer. That makes
That
sense.
spring chicken.
Yep. Well,
Come back to me.
and then the next time is, of course, during December. All right, so those are the two most high peak months.
Wouldn't you think that this Christmas time and season time is like a time you would want to be with somebody?
Yeah, you don't want to be alone.
Not if you don't want to buy gifts.
That's
Not if
why
you don't want to
date.
be with that person.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
So
already-
let's see.
I already got my girl her gift. I gave it to her on Thanksgiving.
I'm sure you did. So, one of the things that I wanted to mention is that it's very common that the most common times, as I mentioned, that relationships tend to fall apart and they call it quits, specifically around December. But there is one day recognized internationally where most of the breakups happen. During the month
National
of
Hot Dog Day.
No.
No.
Not that day.
Nobody could be Joey Chestnut. The guy's amazing.
It's an actual special day. It's one day, and it's December 11th.
Why?
Well, because there's two reasons why. The one reason is because it's acceptable upon the etiquette.
Break up to make up.
Charlie Rodriguez.
Charlie Rod.
It's acceptable because it's like 2.5 weeks before actual Christmas.
That's like giving a 2-week notice.
That's exactly right.
You're not getting a gift.
Just to let you
I'll see you
know.
after the. But
You ain't getting nothing.
No,
I don't want
Nothing
to jump
for
in because
you.
then you yell at me. But don't people want to be together for New Year's Eve?
No, because there's a number. It makes sense when you think about this.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
All right, so we do know that it's more specifically around December 11th for that reason. Okay, there's enough time, and this is actually information and research data that's based off of social media now, because they actually are watching the algorithms on all these like social media sites and all the dating sites. They see every time they go from being in a relationship to single.
Oh wow.
So that's a measurement. And that
December
supports December 11th, but it's been a number for a very long time.
I
A
never,
very,
day
very
is
long
that?
time.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's still
so
coming
there
up.
you go.
It's still coming up.
So the two reasons, because it's acceptable and respectful, because it's 2.5 weeks before the actual date. And then the other reason would be because of the fact that it helps recover. You're not obligated. It's just time to just move on and be on your own. I thought that was very interesting. That that the Facebook status gives you that, and the coined word is Scrooged dumped, December 11th. So you can turn on and say, I've been Scrooge dumped. How do you like that?
Huh.
How do you like that one? So
Well, I did like the movie Scrooged. That was a great movie.
Bill Murray, yeah, that was
I don't like them negatively rubbing Scrooged in the dirt.
Yeah.
well,
You made some good points.
so here we go. Some of the top 7 reasons. Okay, so one of the first ones is because when you're entering into the holidays, I mean, you're with family, friends, and you start really thinking, do I want to introduce this person to my family? You kind of think about, are they going to fit in? Do I really want to introduce them to like the Funkle? Everyone has a Funkle, and like, do I really want to put up with him?
Yeah.
You know, am I going to be embarrassed? Are they going
I'm the Funkle. I am. That's why I'm wearing my niece and nephew. This is their high school or not high school, elementary school logo. Yeah, I'm the Funkle.
He's a Funkle.
Yeah.
And so
No discipline whatsoever.
No, you've not behaved one day in your life, I'm sure.
No.
So anyway,
TV and movies.
You have to make up your mind who you're going to be with, so you break up.
Break up with both of them?
Yeah.
no, but it is true. You're actually having reflection. You know, you kind of pause and say, do I really see this person fitting into, like, look at Joe's family. I mean, there's 80 people in one room, and there's a lot happening.
It's hard if you're, Gina spent the holidays with for Thanksgiving at my house. I mean, it's a lot for her to put up with all those people.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been that way with weddings and stuff. Like, unless I'm in a serious, committed relationship, I'm not just going to bring a date because now I got to introduce her to everybody.
Right.
Who the heck wants to do that?
That could take an hour in itself.
Yeah.
Well, there's a theory behind that too. We'll get to the next one.
Oh man, you're going to analyze me?
No.
This is Joey.
You're not going to like what you
Really
find
a
in there.
therapy session. You didn't know that?
So number 2 is, end of year introspection. Like you just kind of reflect and you realize that they are not the one. So why would you want to endure sitting through sitting through holidays and then the New Year's? For what reason? It's going to be fake. So a lot of people don't want to have to put up that face.
Plus, there's a lot of recently single people.
That's true too.
In Christmas.
Oh, I got a story.
2 weeks.
But,
Bring them over.
So, we all reflect back on the year because we're heading towards the end of the year, right? So we kind of take a look at where we've been and we decide to make new resolutions. And one of those resolutions could be that one of the following. I want to be single because I want to travel, or that person doesn't want to have kids and I do. Or it's a dead end. It's not a go. It's not a fit. But here we are. We have here a comment from Joey DeLucia. Go ahead. What does it say?
Our biggest fan.
Cousin Joe.
Good Friday night. Your Cuz Junior, JR, Denise. Hope everyone is well. Where's Cousin Anthony, Dominicus, Cousin Carmine, Cousin Anthony?
There you go.
You tell me where they are.
That's a heck of a list.
Anthony,
Joey
Tony.
D.
All that's in the list is Anthony and Tony.
What's up, Joey D?
Is he asking for a bunch of the same people?
Oh.
Anthony, Tony, and Joey.
Well,
Those are the
anyway,
names of my family.
all the same names. It always happens. The same thing with the Greeks. So anyway, end of year reflection. You kind of figure, I'm not into this. I want to travel. I don't want to be in a partner. I don't want to do any of that. The next reason is very interesting. If you had to guess, it's your priorities change.
Yeah.
If you think about that, you've had a whole long year of a lot of stuff happening, and it's very common. For some reason, people get sick around the holidays. You spend more time with your parents. It just seems to be a flow, and those decisions are made. So essentially, it's because they want to spend more time with parents or spend holidays where others want to be. So what happens here is that your boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife, and you always spend the holidays with one side of the family, right? Because that's the more important side according to one of the partners, and the other one gets left out.
Well, I come from a divorced family. We always split it up. So it was always like Christmas Day with my mom, Christmas Eve with my dad.
Well, that's how it used to be with me. Me and my first wife were divorced. Now we spend holidays together all of us.
Yeah, I think once kids get into the mix,
Once
like
they're
now
older.
my parents actually we will do group things because now there's grandkids.
Yeah, we all spent Thanksgiving together.
Well, keep in mind, this is like boyfriend, girlfriend kind of stuff, but it happens to married couples too.
Yeah.
There's a dynamic that sometimes one in the couples always go to in-laws house, but never go to the other in-laws house, and the priority starts to change, and they start to build animosity.
And I'm sure on that list is also somebody watches way too many Hallmark Christmas movies. They're all the same. They're all the same.
I love the Hallmark.
The old man with the beard is Santa Claus?
I know, I love that.
Oh, he's the janitor too? I didn't know. Come on.
Well, and the other thing,
My mom's watching Hallmark all 24
Oh, so
hours
my
a
mom.
day.
My mom's obsessed with it.
That's all she's watching now.
She starts
Guilty.
watching in April.
Guilty.
So the Christmas comes around and you're just like, I don't even want to hear the songs anymore.
Oh.
Right?
Well, here's the last one under priorities, that the priority may not be with you because your priority is with your family. You don't want to be patient and have to introduce them and tote them around and are you okay, not okay, and then all of a sudden if you're not paying attention to them because you're so engaged with your family, that other partner's feeling like, I'm not into this. I'm just going to have to part my way out of here.
Well, it doesn't say much about your relationship if you're not willing to introduce. You want to introduce somebody to your family if you care about that person.
Exactly, but it's hard too if you're introducing them to all these people. And like Denise said, you're worried, are they okay?
Yeah.
They're not used to seeing the stuff that's going on in my house.
I know. Who's running around in their underwear, all kinds of different things.
Who's talking about this one over here? I put them away over here.
Well, it is true. That does happen. It does really happen. I mean, you're in the dynamic of the house, and the aunt said something to your girlfriend, and it was rude, and then now the girlfriend's angry because you didn't stick up for them, or whatever the case is. Everything can go wrong.
Right.
All by
Is it
one
aunts
comment.
or aunt?
Aunt.
I say aunt.
Aunt, me too.
I say aunt.
No, it's aunt.
Is
Aunt.
it?
Yeah, it's aunt.
I don't
It
know.
is
Aunt
aunt,
is
but
a
I
bug,
don't
and
say
aunt
aunt.
is relative.
Is
Aunt.
it salmon or salmon?
Salmon.
It's salmon. But I say aunt. Aunt and uncle.
Well, here it is at number 4. I'm going to go through phonetics in a minute here.
It's a whole other show.
Don't take her off course.
Go. We got to stay on point here.
I want to talk more about the ashes, like coming from Hawaii.
Oh,
I'm going to look that up.
you better. Let us know when you find it.
I think it was some ashes that you were doing.
Might have been.
Here's the other reason why. Yeah, Mr. Scrooge, yeah, Mr.
Devil's
Grinch.
lettuce.
This is an interesting one. This happens a lot.
What?
And really, all of a sudden, all your friends are getting engaged during the holidays.
Pressure.
The pressure. And it winds up being, they're like, well, why aren't we getting engaged? And then suddenly you're having a reality check. And you start thinking to yourself, am I going to marry you?
Bing Crosby
I don't
come
know.
from?
No.
Christmas music.
That's right. We're having some
Oh,
Christmas
nice.
season music.
Little mood music.
Scrooge and Grinch, yeah. But it does happen, you start thinking again about who you're with, and, everyone's getting engaged, and you start reflecting on yourself, like, why am I getting engaged? Is this a serious relationship?
Yeah.
So this happens around the holidays. Remember, this is one of the highest seasons for for people to get engaged.
Well, if the girl's favorite Christmas movie is not Home Alone, I'm out. Because I love Home Alone.
Yeah.
I don't know. My favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard.
That's up
Die
there
Hard?
now.
Yeah.
Die
For
Hard.
Christmas?
It's a Christmas movie.
Oh, it is true, yeah.
Technically.
Technically.
You know what
But I
else
think we
noticed
still
was
look
around-
at it as an
you know what
action
else I
movie.
noticed was a Christmas movie the other night for the first time after all these years? Cobra.
That was a Christmas
That was
movie?
shot around Christmas.
You're
time.
the disease,
No
I'm the
way.
cure? With
Yeah.
the mash?
Hell yeah. With
That was shot
40
around
was it
Christmas.
like
Yeah.
46 Ford or something yet?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a Christmas
I remember
movie.
him crashing through some Christmas decorations at the
I
car.
wanted that car when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's what you can say. If those things have come up and they've actually been thought about, you haven't talked about marriage after a whole year being together, and you have not, really had some conversations about whether or not you want to have children or not. Well, in actuality, if you haven't talked about it, the end is coming. You're going to be screwed.
After
Yeah.
1 year?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But if you're at the age, like, with a girl and you don't want to have kids, you're not going to bring it up,
It depends on the scenario. But remember,
Yeah.
these are some of the more common reasons why that decisions are made to have.
We're going to have a kid now. What am I
Couples.
going to be at my son's football game on a wheelchair?
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm
That's
not
common
trying to-
theme down here in Fort Lauderdale.
I'm not trying to be like my dad.
I'll be a grandfather soon. That'll be cool.
It does matter. I mean, yes, it depends on the stage
Yeah.
of life. But these are just common questions that come up.
No, I agree.
The other one that's very, very much so is holidays are very stressful. Very, very stressful.
Yeah.
And so between going to all the parties, family gatherings, putting up with the impossible family members, buying gifts, and spending the money, time picking them out, and then you're decompressing, and you really start to realize, I just don't want to be with this person because I'm on overload.
I
And
think
this actually-
Amazon relieves some stress, right? You only got to
Yeah.
leave your house now.
Right.
Well,
Because
it's
that
the
was always
stress.
the thing. It's like, I'm going to drive. How many times have we driven around the mall looking for a spot?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
it's so crazy you said that, Matt. Friday was Black Friday, and we decided that day to go shopping.
Yeah.
We completely forgot it was Black Friday.
Wait, were you like at like 4 a.m. and
No,
as soon as they opened the doors,
It was during the day, and I'm like
trying to get
why-
the one TV that's
I'm
on
like, why
sale?
why is this mall so crazy? And I'm like,
Goodness.
Jesus, Black Friday. Turn around and go home. I mean, they were parked on the grass and the weeds everywhere.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
I forgot it was Black Friday.
Yeah, and all because there's like 3 items in the store that they advertise would be on a massive discount.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Everything else is normal price.
And then a week later, they're at the discount anyway.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I gotta know, is not wanting to buy a gift on the list?
Did you
It
do
is.
Black Friday?
It is. See, I
No.
knew
Cheap.
it. I
I
knew
knew
it.
you
Yeah.
weren't going to do
Is
it.
it
You said
cheap
you were
or
gonna
is
get
it
up.
No, I flew.
or is it frugal?
So yeah, that's number 6. The 6, one of the top 7 reasons.
Are we
This
going
is the
up
si-
or down?
We're
Did you
we're
start
going.
at the top?
Yes, we start at the top. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. This is
okay.
one of the reasons. Number 6 is because gifts are too expensive.
Yeah.
They don't want to buy a gift.
Yeah.
So that's being what they call Scrooging. Yeah, they Scrooging.
Or you make a gift.
Or you're making
Yeah.
a financial decision.
Or you go to that,
Like
you
a
go to
house made of popsicle
You
sticks.
get them a gift at that expensive
Gingerbread home
department store.
without the gingerbread.
But you have to really think about
J.C.
that.
Penney.
In many cases, it's because they don't want to spend the money.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, the person also thinks, and this is a comment that's in this particular section, is that they feel embarrassed that they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they choose to exit the relationship.
Well, you think now people would be more excited about Christmas and the holidays because after going through the pandemic, I mean, where you couldn't be around family, right? It's changed to where now it's like just to have that opportunity.
Yeah, just for everybody to be together.
Yeah, because everybody remembers that, like Christmas, and you nobody was getting together and everything.
Well, people have short-term memory. We Americans have short-term memory.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's like years ago.
Yeah,
it really
they sure
is.
do.
We don't remember anymore.
Well, like the gift thing is very important too, because it could be like this, I want to buy my girl a gift, or I want to get some more chrome for my bike. So it's like up in the air.
Right.
What's it going to be?
Yeah.
Well,
you give her the muffler. She says, "I don't want this thing," and then you go, "Okay, well, I'll take it."
I'll take it.
I bought your hydraulics. I don't want them. I'll put them in my car.
There you go.
But honestly, really, the holiday spending can add up, and this really does make for
candy canes alone.
Candy canes alone, yeah. Well, starting and putting a price tag on the relationship. Think about that. Is she worth me buying her that gold necklace or that diamond necklace? Is she going to be around long enough for me to even think that it should be spending that kind of money? Or she may be thinking, do I really want to get him that watch? I don't know if he's going to be around or not. So these are all thoughts that go rolling around in people's heads. And it certainly becomes a reason why to go ahead and part ways. I think it's crazy.
I could never do it right before the holidays, though. I feel too guilty.
December 11th.
December 11th. That's right.
It's acceptable on that day.
I've done it in my life, so it's okay.
But, I have a question for each of you.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start with Joe.
Okay.
What was the worst gift you've ever given a woman? And y'all can go ahead and start framing your answers. And if you all want to go ahead, who's listening or tuning in to us, the number is 888-565-1470. If you want to call in and tell us the worst gift you've ever received or the worst gift you've given.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I've always given good gifts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Kenny?
I never gave a bad gift, but I will say that with my brother, I had this ongoing thing where I would hide a good gift in a bad gift. Right? So because he was the kind of kid that would feel the gifts. So I'd always get like a pack of socks. And then I put like the Game Boy game inside the pack of socks. Yeah. So he's like, what the hell? He goes, I bought him a Miami Heat hat and a jersey, and he's giving me socks. And then he rips the bag open, and video games come.
Would you give socks to a woman?
No.
Worst gift given to a woman?
I think it would be an appliance. Yeah. Right, like he said, like a vacuum cleaner or something. It's just like that's not a sexy gift.
For me, if they're with me, if they made it to the holidays, then they're gonna get a good gift. But
that's what I'm saying.
Before I was married,
I am the guy that whether it doesn't have to be. It could be a girl. It could be my mom. It could be my brother. Like if there's something that I know that they're gonna like, I'm going around to. I'll go to like 10 different stores that are all the same store in 3 different counties trying to find it.
Oh, that's a good gift giver.
My niece and nephew a couple years ago.
On their face.
Yeah, there was a thing called the fingerling, right? This monkey, it's like a monkey that you hang upside down, you hang it on your finger, and it talks and it giggles and you pet it and whatever. And it was like the hottest gift. And I remember I'm in Toys R Us when they actually had toy stores, and I go to this guy, and this old guy comes out of the back with a cart, and I'm like, man, you got any fingerlings? And he's like, come on. And he brings me in the back, and he's like, and he had 2. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And one's pink and one's blue. I got a niece and a nephew. So I get the fingerlings. The kids played with them for a day, and next thing you know, they're at a garage sale.
I think back in the day,
come on.
You know what I did?
You're older too. Remember when the Cabbage Patch Kids?
Oh, yes.
I had a guy that
Tickle
had
Me
some fall
Elmo
off the
was
back
a big
one.
Tickle Me Elmo. The Furby.
Elmo,
Remember the Furby?
But you couldn't get the.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yes. Oh, the fingerlings.
There they are.
My niece and nephew played with them for a day. They don't know the pain that I went to every Toys R Us from Key West to Orlando looking for that thing.
How big are they?
They're like this smaller than this microphone.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Jeez. Well,
They're only like 20
actually,
bucks or something, but it was like, but they were such a hot gift that
everybody wanted them.
Yeah, it was like that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger with Turbo Man.
Yeah.
Right? And he's trying to find the gift. So I always I try to go out of the way, you know, I mean, for my immediate family and things like that. Like, but
I have a confession.
Now everybody gets a gift certificate.
Yeah, I have a confession.
There they are,
Well,
fingerlings.
Fingerlings, okay. The worst gift I ever gave to a man was an iron.
What, because he wrinkled shirts?
Wrinkled up?
You should have got him a steamer. I'm a steamer guy.
It was a steamer.
You
It was
can't.
an iron steamer. They didn't have like out there. It was an iron
So
steamer.
where was your mindset when you were buying it? Were you thinking
He
he
had
really needs
everything.
this?
He had everything, and I called his mother, and I'm like, I just don't know what to give, and she went into a practical mode, and said, well, he needs an iron. I'm like, oh.
Was that the end?
Well, it would have been cool if you
No, I married him.
bedazzled it.
I
Did
wound
you
up marrying
bedazzle
him.
it? Like, remember the bedazzle? You put the little rhinestones
No,
on
I didn't
it?
do it. I actually gave him an iron. It became the joke of the family forever. But I actually wound up marrying him, and for 30 years. But at the end of the day, I gave an iron, and that was like, that's a horrific gift.
That's terrible.
It was a
That's
terrible gift.
And what did you get in return? Because
30
usually,
years worth of
you don't want to be the guy
aggravation.
at Secret Santa that gives the $100 gift
No,
and
no,
gets
no.
a $10 gift back, and then you're like, you feel a little awkward.
He got her an ironing board.
No, in exchange, I got married and endured for 30 years. So there you go. I think that he
punished
he
her for
still
30
got the
years
better
for
end of
it.
the deal.
I'll show her for giving me an iron.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the end was near. I should have known that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, now another reason, and this is the last one, is that you spend too much time together. You and I've seen this happen to people. They spend too much time, meaning too much time with family and friends, and or too much time with his friends and not her friends, or his family, not her family. So there's an imbalance. And then endless amount of parties that you're going to, 100,000 photos taken of each other, and argue with the family because you spend so much time with them, and then you finally realize that you are so opposite of each other that you just call it quits.
It's at the end, yeah.
And I think
It's
should
the
be
end.
on there too is like maybe there's how people do when they do those Christmas cards that you give out and they all want to take matching pajama pictures.
Oh.
Like maybe that's one too, right? That should be on the
That's
list.
another
Like
reason.
refuses to take pictures in the candy cane.
Refuses to wear an ugly sweater.
Well, yeah, some problems I had in the past, on my dating days, is girls want to take me to this Christmas party and tell it was an ugly sweater party. Do I look like a guy that's going to wear an ugly sweater? No, ain't happening.
No.
I can see that. But there's good news. Okay. The
What's
good
the
news
good
is
news?
that there's ways to help avoid breakups during the
I
holidays.
thought you were going to say they all get back together
Don't be
January
cheap.
2nd.
Yeah, see you for the new year. New Year resolution.
Yeah. Well, there are some this goes for just any relationship in general, but there are top tips for the holiday so that you can kind of like proof breakup so you don't go into a breakup mode.
Let's hear it.
And so with that, it goes into that how you can steer yourself into the conversation. Let's see how we can go into this. So when you're going into parties and whatnot, kind of be very attentive to each other. Kind of be understanding. Share the time equally. See what's important and the values.
If you get punch, get her punch too, or eggnog.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever had eggnog, to be honest.
Oh, really?
I don't think I've ever had it.
Oh,
I
gosh,
had it
it's
when
one
I
of
was
my
a kid.
favorite.
Yeah. What is it? Just eggs, yolks, and alcohol?
No, I don't think it even has anything to
You
do
got to
with
put
eggs,
some
does it?
alcohol.
No,
There's
there's
no
eggs in
eggs
it.
in it?
Yeah, there's eggs.
I have no idea.
It's just nog?
It's milk.
Drinking
It's
some
milk
nog.
with eggs and egg yolk and
Cinnamon,
all kinds
alcohol.
of garbage in there.
But
Coquito, you need coquito.
do we remember what the D-Day is? Do we remember? What's the one day we need to be
11th.
December 11th, D-Day.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure.
And it's coming
that-
up.
This is if you get past the 11th, you're probably good for the
safe.
rest of the year.
You're in the safe zone.
You're in the safe zone.
Until Valentine's Day.
But other than that, if it does happen, just know that you won't be crying alone. Pull out the notebook, go ahead and watch it, and just treat yourself really, really well. And keep the gift that you got.
Yeah.
Treat yourself. And
Go
also,
home by yourself watching Love Actually, just crying your eyes out.
just crying your out. And the other thing too is letting it go. Don't dwell on it. If there's a disagreement or anything like that, let it go. If you break up, don't dwell on it. Do things that make you happy.
Well, I'm not going to see my significant other for the Christmas. She's going to be with her family. But I'm going to see her for New Year's, so I'm happy about that.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I wanna go out.
That's calling balance. You know,
Yeah.
you every other week, like families do that all the time. But remember, you only get
Gina
one
Marie,
life.
see you for New Year's Eve.
Remember, everyone, you only get one life, so be honest with yourself and your goals. If you're in a relationship that's not working, don't spend your time with them because it's not healthy. It does nothing.
Don't be with somebody just to be with somebody. You
Right.
know what I
Break
mean?
up with them on December 11th.
Well, I always said you have to be cool with yourself
Hey,
before you can
that's why I
satisfy
like
somebody else.
I like this guy. He says what I'm thinking.
No, you're very much so
I
right.
mean, it's the truth. If you're a miserable person and then the girl or guy makes you happy, like, who wants to be someone that is miserable without you? Now you're everything to that person.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you're supposed to have your own thing going on, and then she's got her or him got their own thing going on, and then you got your thing together.
You have to have balance. You have to have someone like, if you're a go-getter and you have a fire under you, you can't be with a deadbeat that you know.
Right.
You got to have somebody that's going to push you and be with you.
I've always said passion is very, very important.
Passion is important because this year is our year now. You ready, right?
Yep, it's our year.
This is the year.
223.
Oh, yeah, 2023?
This is it.
Yeah, this is
all
that.
bets are off after this.
I've been saying that so long.
No,
it's
I
my
didn't
year.
say it last year. I'm saying it this year.
You
This is
know, no one's responsible for your happiness other than yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that is very, very important. You can't depend on anyone to be that.
That's the key. Say that again.
You're all responsible for your own happiness. No one else is responsible for
Right.
that.
Yeah, learn to be comfortable with who you are, learn who you are, and be comfortable with
Oh, we're all talking like right out of a greeting card now. I love
No,
it.
but we're getting deep. We're getting deep.
Those
But-
Hallmark movies are working.
Yes.
Yes.
I just want, like
Deep
Tony
Thoughts by
Soprano
Jack
said
Handy.
the other night,
Oh dear.
I just want someone that's not going to bust my balls. I want to be happy. I don't want my
That's it.
balls
Just
busted.
no busted balls.
And that's the way it goes down in the Italian life.
You know, I love you. You love me. Just don't bust my balls.
That's it.
You know, if you're going to let go of someone and you're the person that's been let go, just know that there's probably a good reason why that has happened. And that there's always something better afterwards. And rejection is protection. I've
Well, they
always
say
heard
that with jobs too, right? If you get fired for a job, you weren't meant to have that job.
Right.
You were meant to do something else.
better.
Or you're really lazy.
You know,
and they
I
got
don't
rid of
remember.
you.
You remember?
Or
you
you just
remember? Everybody has to remember this. When you're your kid, when the first time a girl broke up with you or a guy broke up with you, that's like the worst feeling in the world.
Oh yeah, you're listening to that song. Oh,
I know.
So, like,
in the fetal position.
After that first one, you're used to it. You know.
Yeah.
You know, if it happens, like
It's part of life.
It
It's
kinda
part of
puts your
growing.
guard
I'll
up.
never meet somebody again for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
every love song, gut wrenching love
Oh,
song
man.
you can.
All of a sudden, I will say, during breakups, like I listen to music and I hear beats. Like I hear beats and I groove to beats and
Yeah.
stuff. But when you go through a breakup, all of a sudden you're
love
listening
songs
to the
come on.
words.
Words.
Yes.
The words.
Yeah.
You're listening to the
now
words.
the words mean something.
Yes.
Well, for me, I don't know.
Tom Petty's right. I am free falling.
I got dumped.
I'm free falling hard.
When I got dumped, I was like, I should have done it first.
Well, you know, you can also look at it this way. Take it in stride and just like, you know, look at it from the point of gratitude and that there's been honesty put in front of you, that was not meant for you.
It's hard though if you really love somebody and
It is.
all of a sudden they come blindside you.
But
Well,
you know-
here's a question. Okay, so you're talking about breakups during the holidays. How many of those breakups during the holidays do you think those two people still talk?
That
Because
is
I
a
would
good
imagine
question.
not at all.
We're going to have the board go
Right?
ahead and look up that number, but I would imagine probably not at least during the holidays.
Yeah.
Maybe after the holidays because
you just got
some of
yourself
that
off
anxiety
Christmas
is
card.
gone.
January 2nd, baby.
Holidays, wish you happy holiday. Mine do.
Well, I do get that. I do
Yeah,
get messages from
Merry
people that I've
Christmas, happy
dated
holidays.
just to wish me happy
I
holidays.
miss your gifts.
I think the worst one is when
Yeah, but you're getting text messages. They're probably seeing if maybe you're single.
No,
or
Yeah.
no.
Merry
Those are drunk
Christmas.
stuff,
What are you doing?
What
for
are
the
you doing?
holidays?
I think the worst one is when they send you.
How you doing?
They break up with you, and now it's Valentine's Day, and they send you a happy Valentine's text. They're like, "What's wrong with this person?"
Now I know on Valentine's Day, don't they have those like parties where it's like if you're single, people hate Valentine's Day. and they go to
Single-time day.
Yeah. Do they do those for Christmas too?
That's a good idea. We have
good
to start
idea.
one, Matt.
Yeah.
Well, it is
I'm in.
tis the
I
season
got
to
nothing
be
going on.
single. You know, there should be actually little signs that say that tis the season to be single.
Yep.
I think that's the words. But I think that holidays is really hard. It
It
really
is, but holidays are all about the kids. But once your kids are grown or you
Yeah.
don't have kids, it is about being with a special someone. You know what I mean?
It's about family. For those that celebrating the religious
tough.
thoughts behind the season
Well,
itself.
and it's also tradition, right? I think over the years you start losing tradition, especially like when I grew up. I mean, I had like 12 cousins that were living in right around me, like when I was growing up, and we used to always get together. But then when everybody gets older and they all start having their own families, like now it's very hard to get everybody together on the holidays. So you
Thanksgiving was
should
the
cherish
This
those
Thanksgiving was the first
gatherings
time in a
because
long
they don't
time.
come that often anymore.
He's absolutely right.
When I was growing up, we had a bunch of cousins, but we all lived together. So
we were talking this Thanksgiving, of who's left in the family.
Yeah.
A lot of relatives got deceased, God bless, but you have to enjoy them when everybody's still alive.
Yeah.
We were saying, God bless, thank God. My mom is the only survivor. All the brothers, grandparents, she's the only one.
Well, it is a time for reflection.
Yeah.
It's a time for appreciation. And again, if it's not meant to be, don't fight it. Don't go, find the place where you can actually be patient with yourself and appreciate that time out was meant.
Yeah.
And that there's always going to be someone else after that.
Who wants
Isn't
to
that
watch
crazy?
The Grinch alone?
Yeah.
Come on.
My other favorite Christmas movie was Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, Trading
Places.
Places.
Trading Places. That's a great movie.
When he was wearing a Santa outfit. I always think about getting messed up on Christmas in a Santa outfit.
Gotta make a movie about that.
Oh yeah.
Great
Yeah,
comedy.
definitely. I got to do a holiday movie.
So, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
I mean, mine's Home Alone. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the ultimate. Everything about that movie, I just think is
What about you, Kenny?
So good.
I really am. I went to see Die Hard on Christmas, and
Did you really?
And it was such a great movie that I always thought of it as a great Christmas movie because it was like an action movie.
What about you?
I like the oldies. So for me, it would be Miracle on 34th Street or, with, it's on every season. I can't think of the name right now.
Christmas Story. Christmas
nope.
Vacation.
Nope. Hi, Gina. Guys, thanks for dialing in. Good to see you. You look fantastic.
Just Friends.
Denise
is
is
a,
a
really good one.
wise woman.
No. Oh, please, everyone. Whoever's out there, please help me. It's a black and white movie.
Miracle on 34th Street?
Nope.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry about that. I was having a blonde moment there. But no, It's a Wonderful Life is one of my favorite movies, which actually is about the family and appreciating.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my two favorites.
Yeah.
What about you?
The Godfather.
Oh.
We watch it every year at my house. Ever since I was a kid.
All four?
That took place during Christmas. Remember?
did.
Yeah. Christmas in
So that's
Manhattan
the Christmas
in the 40s.
Yep. So if they film a movie during Christmas time, it's a Christmas movie.
But I remember, like he said, Die Hard, and I remember going to see Die Hard. Did it come out during Christmas?
It
On
did.
Christmas Day.
Did it?
Yeah.
Because I remember I wasn't old enough, and I snuck in to go see Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Said you're going to see one movie, then just
Yep.
you're
We would buy the ticket to the kid movie. And we just go and you remember that? I'm sure you guys had to have done this. You go and you buy one ticket. You get there really early and you watch every movie in the theater. And
Yeah, you could bounce around every movie.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Then the real old people, when you go to drive, put the person in the trunk, bunch of people in the trunk. open the trunk door.
In the drive-through.
My father had a 77 Caddy. We used to load that up for people.
It looks like the circus. It's like people just getting out.
This is one last interesting question, and it has to deal with when should children find out the truth about Santa Claus? And
They should find out from. You're
What do you
going to
mean?
find out. Like I found out in the second grade.
Find out what?
That Santa's not real, Joe.
What?
Oh God.
You still believe it?
Nobody told Joe.
Yep.
But he's going to be here in 2 weeks.
He's going to be here.
I think kids find out like at school. They find out from their friends. There's always one friend who's
That starts teasing you.
There's always that.
But you don't want, as parents, you want to. I mean, I'm not a parent, but I would imagine you want the kid to have that feeling
Yes.
for as long
Yes.
as you.
Yeah.
The
he or
magic.
she
Like
can.
my kids, I just let them find out themselves.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was the oldest of my siblings. So I was the first to find out, and it was cool for me at night, Christmas Eve, staying up with my dad. He says, I finally have a helper now, helping me put all this stuff together.
So did you were Santa's helper?
Put it down on the
No, I put all the toys together with him. I said, Dad, you did this every year? Yeah.
My son busted me one year, and he waited till like halfway through the year, and he's like, Papi, I know that you're Santa Claus.
Aw,
And I
how old
like,
was
do
he?
you know? I think he was like in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, well, how do you know? He's like, because I saw you sitting there and you were eating Santa's cookies, and Mommy was wrapping the gifts that said "From Santa" on them.
Speaking of the cookies, Matt, you know the Italian cookies, those big chocolate hard ones.
Oh yeah.
And that would be the one bitten the next day. And I'd say, Dad, he ate that? He goes, yeah, you should have seen the chocolate all over his beard.
Yeah, you leave the little crumbs. Like Santa's a slob or something.
Yeah.
We do have a comment that came in from Gina, and it says that my son found out when he was 7 years old, some nasty kid on the school bus. I guess I told him, and it was sad because it's like they kind of lost their innocence.
I was sad.
It's almost like would it be considered bullying now to kind of do that?
Oh,
to
here
a
we
kid?
go.
It's terrible.
Here we go.
Don't listen. There's somebody listening that's gonna go.
I mean,
It is.
Now kids are finding out even younger and younger.
That kid needs to be.
I mean, I was in high school when I
doing that to that kid.
I was in high school when I found out.
Well, you know what? In
Hispanic
my
family's
world,
party on the 24th all night, so Santa never stops by.
that's pretty good. Hispanic families party. We do actually.
Well, I don't know. We should save this for the Christmas show, but we traditionally celebrate
save it.
Christmas Eve is when I celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
Did you do the thing where you open like one gift on Christmas Eve?
No, we do them all.
You do them all?
When we were older, as kids.
Oh, okay.
All the adults do it Christmas Eve.
So then
the
Christmas
kids,
Day comes, nobody
No,
comes with
all the adults do it Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
The kids do it on Christmas Day.
Yeah, they torture the children.
Well, I think
No, they're sleeping
for
by that
us,
time.
like I grew up down here, and a lot of our relatives were snowbirds, right? My grandparents were snowbirds, so like my grandparents would come in town. So like, if I could convince my mom and dad to let me open something on Chris, I'm like, well, I'm getting presents tomorrow from Grandpa and Grandma.
Yeah, so let me have yours.
Like,
You
can we split
negotiate.
it up? There's no sense in me opening every.
We got to have
present
Matt
tomorrow.
back for the Christmas show.
We do. We do.
I'm in.
Well, I have to say that
I got to wear that hat though.
my little hat. Oh.
That's what every hat looks like on me.
I'm in the spirit. I will say that for my daughter, I try to really, really I can't say this word right now. Preserve that moment, that magic for her, for as long as we made it amazing and magical
It's
for her.
tradition, right?
She
Like,
was
once
she
you
was
see-
embarrassed to admit to others that she didn't believe when she really did. So she was lying. Like she would
Because it's
actually say, "Mom,
contagious, right? Like you start, say you're like, I don't feel like putting the lights up this year. And then it starts snowballing. The next thing you know, you don't got the lights up next year, or you turn into the guy who turns off his lights and doesn't hand out candy and stuff. You got to keep some
You
traditions
got to keep
alive.
Yeah.
I got to get a tree. Like we don't have a tree now. I'm going to get one for my mom. She's too old to do it, so I'm going to get one.
There are very, very much so many traditions in all religions this time of year, and it's nice to celebrate and recognize all of them. The kids do this today, but
it's
it
for
is
kids.
magical, and there's a lot. This time of year is also very difficult for many families that can't afford to go ahead and buy their children gifts, and so there are many great causes out there. We always encourage you here at the Power Hour, if you have an opportunity to go ahead and buy gifts for another child, by all means, do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and drop it into one of the toy boxes. They're on every corner.
The Toy for Tots run is coming up soon too.
Yes, there
Isn't there also a motorcycle version of
That's
that?
it.
Toys for Tots. That's the motorcycle
Everybody
version.
brings a toy or donates. You donate $20 and bring a toy.
I actually did that ride one year.
There's a bar in Fort
Let me see
Lauderdale.
if we do it this year.
That I'm always at. You can always find me there. A place called Hot Legs. It's a Chicago Bears bar.
Hot Legs,
and
yeah.
And they have every year they have a really big toy drive at the bar, and it's packed and it's full of boxes. I make sure to bring stuff in every time.
And what is $20 now? When especially living down here, that's a drink. That they
Well, with
charge you for
inflation
now.
right now,
Right?
$20
And
will
you
get you a
could
monkey.
make a kid's Christmas.
It's insane. Going out to dinner now, it's if two people like just pizza and something, it's almost $100.
Yeah, it's $20 for penny candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a Pez opener.
Remember
That's about it.
$20 was a night out back in the day.
Yeah.
And you go home with some change.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to actually share that next week is going to be a real fun show. All things.
What is going on next week?
So next week will be the 9th, and we are going to be touching on the topic of the worst gifts to give during the holidays and why they actually can cause breakups.
Ooh.
But also some of the best gift ideas that are out there right now that are very affordable, and we're going to make it a lot of fun. We will have an interesting guest as well.
We're going to try to get Donna, who couldn't make it today. She was sick, sore throat. Author Donna, she wrote my book, my story. She wrote it. We'll let her talk about that. And also, Charlie's going to try to get us a couple of freestyle artists on here.
Yes, because we're about celebrating. It is holidays.
Yeah.
We want to have fun and celebrate. So
I
we
want
will
to get Noel for Christmas.
Noel, see that? We're going to get Noel for Christmas. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, if any of you want to follow and see the show again, please, by all means, you can do that.
Noel is related to Samuel L.
Yep. Silent morning, silent night.
So what are we going to do about these tickets? Like,
we forgot about
do I just give them to somebody
Nobody
on the
wants
street?
the tickets. Maron.
Call in.
Call in in about 5 minutes.
Somebody that
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
call.
don't know how you guys want to do this.
Hey, I want the tickets.
Yes, it actually what normally happens
We
is
got
we have 3 minutes.
Oh, I thought we had a caller.
No, we have 3 minutes.
3 minutes,
and essentially what we're going to be doing here is that the next 3 minutes that we have left, you can dial into 888-565-1470. And if you miss or cannot dial in because you are driving and you're listening and you don't want to take the risk of driving and calling in, we
Text
appreciate
us
that.
while you're driving.
Yes, exactly. Text us.
It's safer.
Do not do that. You can always go right to our website and submit.
While you're driving.
While you're driving, yeah. Go ahead and submit that the first person that does get a message to us,
Yes.
if you are driving, by
Do
all
that.
means, we will go ahead and make sure you get those tickets.
And please don't be crazy.
I mean, people are
Joe
messaging me. I'm like,
DeLucia, you
yo,
want the tickets?
call in. I see your messages. Sterling, call in. I see you.
Yes, and we
If your
see people
favorite
like
movie Christmas movie is Home Alone, call in. You got the tickets. If you love the Wet Bandits, call in.
Yep. Did you see that thing? There's this thing now that they got. They were like, it was like some little cartoon, and it shows the kid from Home Alone. He's got everything set up. The guys walk in. They're like, oh, look at that. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. And the kid's like, you'll never catch me. And the guy's like, bam, and that's it.
You know, the first time I saw that movie, it was. Do you
Home Alone?
remember down here? Do you remember what was the water park? Six Flags or something like that. They had it like right off of 95. Do you remember the water park?
No.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Really?
they used to do movies on like a Friday or Saturday night in the wave pool. So you sit in the raft and they turn off the wave so it's not rocking the wave pool. And you're literally just watching in an inner tube watching a movie. And I thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
That
Yeah.
sounds
That
like a
was the
great
first time
idea.
They put the wooden roller coaster up after that.
Yeah.
That beat up wooden roller coaster.
Oh,
yeah, it was
yeah,
there
I ain't
for a
going
long
on that.
time.
Yeah, that
I ain't going on
finally
that.
tore it down.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that was
there's
Grand-
no warped wood.
Grand Prix racing around.
No, thank you.
The warped wood, that's so true.
I ain't doing warped wood.
Yeah.
Like, it better be metal.
Like
And it better be-
Playland in Rye, New York. They got the Dragon Coaster. That's got that wood.
Well,
on
what
it.
about when the carnival comes in and they have those rickety rides that are all rusted and
Oh,
the
they
guy's
still
like
do.
the guy's hitting from a flask as he's got like 200 kids on this machine. He's not even paying attention. It's
Those are the
scary.
most fun, man.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We had a great show.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you guys for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks
and
for having
everyone,
us.
stay tuned for next week. And you know what? Take it easy. Take a breath. I know it's stressful this time of year, but we're all said and done with. We appreciate you. We're glad that you were here with us. Both Joe and I are always supportive of all the contacts that you have with us. And we just want to make sure that you know that we appreciate you all.
And
during
don't buy
this time of
anybody
year.
an iron.
Yes, don't buy anyone an iron like I did.
Not a good gift.
Not a good gift. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you and hearing
Next
from
week.
you next
See
week.
you next week.
See you next week.